Incredible. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Incredible. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Incredible. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Incredible.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Guys, it's Sunday evening and it's time to do our Christmas stream. I do have my Christmas jumper on. I do it all for the hose.
Incredible.
So that's the kind of vibe we're going for today. Who was that? Who's that? Amen PT, thank you so much. You have just lit up right my rocket ship. Congratulations for 4 months of subs and good vibes. I do have a few to catch up on.
Tasty, tasty.
Tasty, tasty. Thank you so much, Amen, for that one. Right, let's catch up. Oh, Alex, thank you so much for the raid, dude. Right as we're about to start a stream that's going to be full of of giveaways,
Incredible.
freebies, and a million other things as well. So thank you so much for that. Skimson, thank you so much for 31 months of subs. Again, you have lit up my rocket ship. It's bright, it's pink. Oh, and it's cold in here, so I'm still warming the room
Tasty,
up. But thank you so much
tasty.
for that, Skimson. Right. Let's try and catch up with chat. So I think Reed did get first, but it has now gone off my screen because there's been so many of you chatting. So I think Reed did get first. So congratulations,
Incredible.
Reed. Yes, I will buy you that t-shirt. Remind me in the new year, we will get you that t-shirt about you coming first every week on stream. Frankie1001, thank you so much for being here as well. Rue MC is here too. Storsness, Filio
Tasty,
Fish,
tasty.
Cake Throne, Randolph the Grey, Masson78, I Am Quanta, Captain Mike, Anarchy. Thank you all for being here. Godzilla Waddle's here as well. Chartered Music has subscribed too for 30 months now. It's been a while, but I'm now at
Incredible.
2.5 years. Congratulations, Chartered Music, and welcome back to the streams. Josh Yo, thank you so much for 46 months of subs as well, dude. That's huge. 46 months. Thank you so much for that. Ball Boy's here, so is Cake Throne. Godzilla Waddle. Cake Throne subscribed as well with Prime. Thank you so much for that, dude. Appreciate that. Captain Redlax here, Resident Yapper, BK, Randolph the Grey, Superhand says, good evening all, hope all is well. I have Yule Log, Whiskey and Jay's dulcet tones to ease me into the Sunday evening. Well, you might have some prizes and giveaways because I've got quite a few things to give away today. We're going to play marbles, we're going to do some giveaways, we're going to do all sorts of stuff, and I'm not going to build a keyboard today. I might give you some keyboard news and some prototypist updates.
Tasty, tasty.
But everything else is going to basically be just giveaways today and talking about Christmas, and maybe I can have one beer later on as well after I finish my coffee. I can have one beer and drive the couple miles home.
Incredible.
Maybe we'll do that as well. Enamushki, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub as well for 14 months. Santa J knows if you've been bad or good. I absolutely do. And you've all been very, very naughty or very, very great, depending on what your flavour is. Void Media, thank you so much for being here as well. 46 months of subs. Thank you, dude. Thoroughly appreciate that. Who else have we got? Masson says, so what keyboard is everyone hoping to be getting for Christmas?
Incredible.
I'm hoping to be getting a keyboard of family and love and food. That's what I want. You drinking coffee and building keyboards too? Yes, I have a really nice coffee. The latte art is better than it looks on camera, but the bubbles have ruined the top corner of it. But yeah, I'm just about to have a nice coffee. Storesness, thank you so much for 56 months of subs. You are still the number 1 subber. The number 1 sub? The number 1 submissive? I don't know what the correct terminology is there, but we'll go for it. Right, I think we've pretty much caught up to where I started streaming now. Captain Reed, Jehovah in Bed, good evening. Skimson, yeah, we talked about yours and your sub. Metavern, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription as well, dude. Thoroughly appreciate that.
Tasty.
Everyone's trying to light up my rocket ship. That's my pink rocket ship. My pink rocket ship is really excited. Thank you guys. Motion, thank you so much for 6 months of subs. Thoroughly appreciate you. Wolfie as well, thank you so much for 5 months of subs. 25 months of subs. Says well. Happy Christmas, everyone. Thank you very much for that. That Desmat, this is the Led Zeppelin R2 Desmat. It's in stock right now. Golden Ratio, thank you so much for a tier 1 sub. 37 months now as well. That's huge. I can't submissive. Of course you can be submissive. You can be whatever you want to be. But welcome to the stream, guys, and thank you so much for the raid, Alex. I appreciate that. I missed your stream today. Usually I try and watch your stream whilst I'm prepping. Today I didn't have a chance to do that because I had to prep the workshop for no one being here for a week, so I had to go around and make sure everything was turned off, and I didn't catch Alex's stream. It doesn't trigger on Ko-fi, unfortunately. I haven't figured out a way to put that code in yet, Ballboy. It triggers on Twitch subs only at the minute, or if I hit the button, I can manually trigger it as well. So, yeah. That's it. Is this a custom mousepad? It's amazing. This is in stock on the website right now. You can buy it on our website. I can show you that if I take a second to actually figure out what I'm doing. Right, yeah, it's the Led Zeppelin R2 Desmats. So it's this listing here, in stock GMK Led Zepp R2 Desmats, and that's it. We ship worldwide, so you can pick it up if you're interested. It is £18.33 if you're not in the UK, or £22 if you are in the UK because of taxes. So yeah, it's in stock, it's available. There's not a huge number of them left. I think there's maybe like 8 or 9 left. So if you want it, be quick. Right, before we get into all the fun stuff and basically give stuff away for the whole stream for like 2.5 hours, we're going to play marbles. We're gonna do a load of Desmat giveaways. So if you can ask a really good question, we're just gonna give away Desmats to that, and then I'm gonna keep track of everyone's username and basically ask you to DM me on Discord with your details, and we'll get your Desmats out to you. So yeah, very nice. Thank you for showing. No worries, man. No, it is a great Desmat. It's rough textured. It's really nice. It's really nice. Is that a UK law that prices have to display taxes? EJKB, yes. So in the UK, we have to display, let me go back to the website. We have to display prices including taxes. Now, the way our website works is because we sell internationally, it does 2 things. One, it checks to see where your IP address is from. And if your IP address is registered as in the UK, it will show you with the prices intact. If I turned on my VPN now, I can't because it would turn me off streaming. But if I did, my VPN is currently set to the USA, and it would only show the 18.33 excluding VAT. Now, for UK customers in the UK that are using a VPN, it will show without taxes until you get to checkout, at which point it will add the taxes back on because it will see your delivery addresses in the UK. So, yeah. Jellymaster, thank you so much for the gifted subs. That's huge. Thank you so much. 5 gifted subs there. So thank you very much for that. Avoa, Jordan's B69, Midgie Bacon, Katio Pasol. I pronounced that wrong, I'm sure. And Pretty Calamity. You all guys all get a free sub, so congratulations. Well done, guys. Well done. Way too dank. Wait, what's too dank? The sign or the website? US is the only country I know of that doesn't show tax until checkout. Yeah. So the other thing that it does do is it does the same for EU customers as well. So it will show EU at checkout as well. But yeah, it's a legal requirement. We have to have it enabled. But I think if someone is visiting the website who is in the UK with a VPN to outside of the UK, it's unrealistic for us to be able to know that they're in the UK unless they put an address in checkout. So I think we're okay on the rules there. But yeah, I'm in Canada and we don't show tax. Northern American things, man. I do you know what? I love traveling to America. I'm just gonna kick my shoes off. And I love spending time there. I try and get out there every couple of years. I try and go to the Novel Keys meetups whenever I can. I try and do all sorts of different things. In the US, we went to Disneyland last year and stuff like that. But the one thing that always galls me is you get to the till, you're about to pay for something, and instead of it being $150, it's now $196. Or your food is $22, but it's not. It's $36 because, you know, that's the thing. And then you've got to put a tip down. It does get really frustrating, but it's just one of those things. My brilliant question: where do I get me a similar rocket neon ship sign, baby? I had this custom made. This one here, custom made. I try and use the Twitch subs for like new cameras, equipment, stuff like that. Taking Mel and Sharon, the team here at Prototypist, out for lunch, all of that kind of stuff. And I used it to purchase that sign. It came from a sign in the UK. Let me dig out the name for them. And I will tell you what they're called. Neon Filter is the name. I'm not like sponsored by them or anything like that, but yeah, I am a big fan of their stuff. Neonfilter.com. So I will put their website up. I will show you it. I'm not sponsored by them. I just like them. Oh look, we're getting adverts for it. Yeah, Neonfilter.com. That's who made this. They do all sorts of stuff, but they also made the Prototypist one, which is on the back wall here as well. So yeah, I've had a couple of them over the years. So Neon Filter is who did it. Right. Keyboard center, more like the keyboard stud, sends Bart Simpson ASCII. I am well aware that in terms of attractiveness, I am like a 3. I think Alex Sotos is probably the stud in keyboard world. But yeah, I'm well aware that if 10's up here, I'm like a 3. I'm not an attractive man, but that's fine. I'm completely comfortable. If Grinch was from the UK, what city would he choose to live in? If the Grinch was from the UK, he would probably Grimsby. The Grinch in Grimsby, because Grimsby's pretty grim. It's an old shipping town. It's grim. Grimsby would be where the Grinch would be from. Come on, you need to get us into ask some really brilliant questions. The alert sound, tasty. Yeah, okay, I do like the tasty. That was someone else in the UK who made those sounds for me. There's a couple of different ones. There's different ones for bits. There's different ones for follows. He made them for me in exchange for a GMK set, which was really nice. Right, what is the best bit of advice you've been given in the keyboard world that you didn't take and wish you did? Do you want me to be really Masson? Do you want me to be totally honest about that? So let me have a sip of my coffee before I spill this. Okay. The best bit of keyboard advice that I was given in the keyboard world that I didn't take and I wish I did. This is a controversial one, and I'm not sure if I wish I did take the advice or not. But what was the best bit of advice I was given, whether I took it or not? The best bit of advice I was given is, this was J-Chan back in 2018. And I was on Top Clack at this point. So this is back when we used to do Top Clack with Brian and Huey and myself. And we used to review all of the keyboard group buys that came out each week. A little bit like Black Simon does now. But we used to do that before anyone else was doing it. And it's decades. It's almost a decade ago now since we started doing it. But we were doing that. And I knew at that point, so Prototypist was originally supposed to launch in late 2018, early 2019. And I'd been speaking to Upas at Canon Keys, and Upas was about to launch Canon Keys at this point. So Upas and I had been talking, and a few other things. And like, there was a trip to Seattle in spring of 2019, and that was kind of when Prototypist was supposed to launch around there. And I was speaking to J-Chan about it back in late 2018. This would have probably been around October 2018. And his advice to me at the time, so J-Chan did sets like the original run of Muted and a few other things as well. I think he did the first run of Mr. Sleeves with Teha, and some of the older key sets in the community. And he'd been around a long time. Like, I'd known him for a few years at this point. And he said, Jay, Don't do it. Don't become a vendor, man. Don't do it. And you know what? There's a little bit of me that thinks that was really sound advice and thinks that maybe, just maybe, there's a better than zero chance that if I could go back and make that decision again back in late 2018, I might have made a different decision. So maybe that was it. Neon filter, excellent. Thanks for the tip. Just the tip. Yeah, I wish I could like just the tip on the light, but I can't. A 3? Are you kidding me? Maybe I'm a little bit higher on a good day, but yeah, I'm not. I'm well aware I'm not an attractive man. I've never been an attractive man. That's fine. I'm completely comfortable with it. Why does SP still not have international kits? So SP can do international kits, BK, but they no one asks them to do it, right? This is the thing. No one asks them to do it. So when we ever run a project with Signature Plastics now, I always ask them if I can do a UK ISO kit. And basically the idea is that I give it to customers for free, and that means that our base kits here in the UK are a little bit more expensive than elsewhere in the world. And that works for almost every set that we run. We're usually able to offer a UK ISO kit. I don't know why other companies aren't doing like ESFR kits or DE kits or anything like that, but the molds exist for most profiles, so they can do them. I'd take a J Cuddle over an Alex Cuddle, to be fair. That means a lot. Thank you. Greenwich? No, Greenwich is too nice, Rorschach, for the Grinch. The Grinch needs to be in somewhere that's grim. So Grimsby or Middlesbrough would be my 2 picks from the UK. So my question, can I get a hug, Jay? Yeah, you can. Actually, do you know what, Masson? Masson, drop me a DM on Discord. You can have a desk mat for that question. It was a good question. I will send you a random desk mat from our in-stock stuff, free of charge. Anything that we give away today, completely free of charge. We'll pay for shipping worldwide. We'll pay for the product and everything else. You might just have to pay your import duties. Now, we will mark it down as like, because it's a free gift, it's technically not illegal for us to mark it as like a nominal value, like £1 or whatever the minimum is. We will absolutely do that. So Masson, drop me a message. I'll send you a desk mat. Because I think that was a good one. So my question, can I get a hug, Jay? Everyone can have a hug. You just have to come to the workshop to get it. You have to come to the workshop to get it. Right, Ballboy12 says, what is something you look for in a coffee that would indicate it'd be good for the roastery, but it's not necessarily something you want in a coffee? Okay, so for those that don't know, I have my own coffee company. As well as running Prototypist, I also have Jay's Roastery, which is the website here. And we do our own blends of coffee. Now, we do the fiction blend, sci-fi blend, classics blend. We also do a hot chocolate called Hot Romance and a decaf called True Crime. Those coffees we've been doing for over a year now. They do really, really well. Separate to that though, Ballboy, what is something I look for in a coffee that would indicate it would be good for the roastery, but is not something you want in a coffee personally? So I tend to like coffee that is well balanced and structured, but is still tasty in the cup. What I'm not a huge fan of personally is the really light roasts that are very nasally, citrusy, acidic. I'm not a fan of those light roasts, but I can absolutely appreciate those are great coffees for many, many people. So a good example of that is a sci-fi blend. It's a little bit on the light side for me, but it's a really, really good coffee for people who like that kind of thing. We are looking at doing a single origin in the new year, which is a really light roast. It will have like notes of stone fruits, like a plummy, citrusy flavor all at the same time. So yeah, I just need to finalize the details on that. That is a geisha. It's going to be really expensive, but I'm trying to secure it literally by weight a ton of this at the minute, and hopefully we can do that in the new year. So what do I look for in a coffee? I just look for something that's well balanced. I don't want something that's either too bitter or too acidic in the cup, or even too sweet sometimes. I want something that's well balanced. I want something that I think the majority of people can get behind. I don't want something to sell as a coffee that only a couple of people who buy it are actually going to enjoy it. I want to make it something that has mass appeal rather than is something that's ultra special for a limited volume. So yeah, that's what we would look for. Probably live as far away as possible from the Parliament. Probably so. What's the board, Jay? Command hasn't been updated. Looks like a Neo, but I think it is a Matrix board. Yeah, the board I'm using right now is... I'll unplug it. This is a Matrix Labs 2.0 ad, but it's the Xmas edition because it is Christmas week. So we've got MT new white and black on here with some of the modifier keys, and we have the Matrix Labs board on here. I do have as well for this the matching numpad. This is the board I tend to use when I'm doing a lot of spreadsheet work. So I do have the matching numpad, which is the Xmas edition as well. So yeah, matching board and numpad. But it's a great board, and I've had it 5 years now, I want to say. Something like that. Something like that. Don't become a vendor? Yeah, it was that, yeah. What a flashback. Throwback. Is that to J-Chen Soren? Or to Tuktak? A keyboard or keyset you're really looking forward to but were disappointed when you received it. Do you know, there's been 2 or 3 keysets in my time in the hobby that I've been disappointed to receive. One was the Drop Elvish set that they did in MT3. Just didn't really hit the mark for me. I gave that away in the end. The other one was GMK Solarized Dark. It was so far away from the renders that it just wasn't what I wanted. Ultimately, I ended up really liking the set though. I think it's nice for many different reasons, but it's not really Solarized Dark. And I think another good run of proper colors of Solarized Dark in GMK would be really special. It's something that's kind of on my radar to maybe do next year if we can. I did speak to Ethan Schooner, who's the guy who came up with the Solarized Dark colorway a few years ago. I actually got in touch with him before Iwane, who did at Thotkeys, who did the DCS version, and I passed on his contact details. And then Iwane stopped talking to me a little bit, but yeah. So yeah, he was really cool as Ethan. So I'd love to do something, but actually get him involved in the color matching. That'd be quite cool. Oh, we're going to get ads in a second. I can't snooze them either. We're glad you didn't take the advice. Thanks for being honest. Yeah, maybe. Godzilla Waddle says, would you still be streaming if you weren't a vendor? It'd suck to not have the Sunday stream. Yeah, absolutely. I was streaming since 2014 when I first started streaming keyboard stuff. But it might have been 2015. At the time, there was only really 2 streamers. There was me and Teha Types. No one else was really streaming keyboard stuff. Wodan maybe did occasionally on YouTube some bits and pieces. But at the time, there wasn't many keyboard streamers at all. And yeah, I did it on my own for maybe 2.5, 3 years, and then I joined Tuktak, did Tuktak for a bit, and then as Tuktak was winding down and Prototypist was winding up, I kind of moved away from the Tuktak channel and just did it under the PT one, because it just made more sense. Like, it just made more sense. But yeah, it's definitely still streaming. I dig the name Prototypist. Did you come up with it? Yes, I came up with that name for a vendor in 2017. There's still somewhere there will be the old Tuktak video where I said, if I ever set up as a vendor, this is what I will name it as. But at the time, like the missions thing when I was setting out, the company was very different, and the idea was that we were just going to prototype a lot of stuff for UK designers or up and coming designers and try and get stuff made. And then we kind of transitioned into being a vendor in about 2020 in terms of like a broader sense. So yeah, but yeah, I came up with the name a long time ago, and then Rama stole it. He called his blog Prototypist after we'd launched. So he renamed and retconned the name of his blog after the company had launched, which I thought was quite flattering. It was quite fun. But yeah, it was always like a portmanteau of prototyping and being a typist, and then the square brackets are unofficially the company name, which is quite funny because when I get the company name through sometimes, the government system doesn't recognize the square braces, and it puts question marks in there instead because it doesn't recognize them. But yeah, the square brackets were supposed to like represent like a key and give it like a structure, so that it's almost like a keycap, and that was kind of like the idea behind it. The actual logo is a font called Pardal, and it's got it's Pardal Lite for the proto part, and then Typist is just Pardal Standard. But the actual spacing and the kerning was adjusted by one creative mind to create the actual logo. So if you typed out the actual text, it's not quite a match because he's adjusted the kerning and the spacing a little bit. But yeah, that's where the name came from. Good question. Did I miss the DCS Flex pre-order? Yes, it's closed down now, yeah. What would be the next big step in the keyboard industry? A change that maybe sparks a new wave of enthusiasm? I think that the big change that we've had in the past couple of years is we've gone from this niche hobby of fun makers making stuff to some big companies coming on board and making custom keyboards, and I put that in air quotes because I don't really class them as custom if you open a box and it's ready out of the box, at a massive scale to try and tackle that burgeoning kind of push. So people now join the hobby and they buy Mchos and Aula and Newfie and all Lo-Free and all of these kind of like budget brands. And I don't want to sell out and sell those because, like, sure, we could make a ton of money doing it, but I feel like it would not be what my mission statement for the company is. I think the next big trend will be, I hope, will be people transitioning away from those budget boards into something a little bit nicer like the Neo stuff. Maybe starting to sample some of the lower price stuff from Matrix Labs, that kind of stuff. I hope that is where the next big growth spurt is. I don't see it coming, but I'd like to think that's where it would be. I think actually the race to the bottom will push away a lot of the current opportunities we have for group buys for many things, and products like, I don't know, I don't want to pick on anyone in particular, but like JJW, Justin from JJW, and, you know, Rabbit Guys, and our stuff, the J series boards, and all of that will become much more secular and based around our reach as influencers. I hate the word influence. Our reach as designers, rather than necessarily mass marketed production products. So you'll see more runs of private small production boards like we did in the old days, rather than big massive 10k unit production runs going forwards. And I think that's going to be the big transition. So yeah. Demotex, I've just caught up with your sub. Thank you so much for that. 46 months. Let there be LED light. What kind of roast do you do, Jay? Dark, medium, specialty coffee? What's your bag? So what I'm drinking right now, this is our fiction blend. You can go on jaysroastery.co.uk and look at the coffees that we blend. I've basically gone through something like 100 hours of taste testing for each of the coffees, created the blends, and then we have a local roasting company do the roasting for us, because I can't afford the roasting equipment. Like, it's £1 million for the machinery needed to do it to the level that we're doing it. So yeah, but yeah, personally I prefer something more medium. If in a morning I prefer something medium to dark, edging towards dark. In an afternoon, if I'm just having like, because I tend to have like a latte or a flat white in the morning, in an afternoon I will tend to have a pour over, and then I tend to prefer something medium towards lighter. I just think you get a little bit more flavour out of them that way. So yeah. Hey sub, thank you so much for 24 months of subs. Happy second PT birthday as well. Congratulations. If you had a rule that every keyboard designer has to follow, what would it be? How controversial can I get with this? KCE, that's a really good question. Message me for a desk mat. Drop me a Discord message. You can have a desk mat for this. So, KCE, I think that one of the big problems we have with many designers when they design a keyboard, they will do the design and they will get some small following in certain areas, and then they rely on the vendors to do the mass promotion and the sales, which is fine. That's the relationship, right? So we will then reach out via email or Instagram marketing posts or Discord DMs or whatever, Discord pings or whatever to try and market that product. What we tend to find is that some designers, even if we tag them on Instagram, they don't do any promotion, they don't push anything, and once they've been paid out their royalties, they kind of just go quiet, and then we've got a lot of extras that are in stock to sell, which they've already been paid royalties on usually, and then we we need like the hype to move again to kind of like get the product to sell when it's in stock, and the designer's just got no interest in helping out. And it's like, well, you're kind of being paid for this, so you need to be helping out every step of the way. So one thing that I would say that designers should follow as a rule is that they should be up with marketing everything that they help to design until all of the product is sold out around the world. And I think that's a fair assumption. Like, if it's still in stock somewhere and that vendor's trying to do some promotion, you should kind of help out with it. I think that would be a fair rule to have. Itchy ear. So yeah. Sci-Fi blend on vanilla ice cream is goated. Dude, do you know what? That sci-fi blend is really good if you want to make an affogato or anything like that as well. It's really nice. I drink my coffee clean without any additives. That's how I determine if it's good or not. Yeah, I mean, so I like to do a pour over if I want to really get a good flavor for a bag of coffee, because it's much easier to dial it in than it is to set up the espresso machine and try and dial it in through the espresso machine. If I'm doing a coffee for espresso, I want a really good double shot to come out, and I want to be hitting, you know, 2-to-1 ratio, roughly 40 seconds of extraction time, maybe 10 seconds of infusion. We use a lever espresso machine here, so it's a little bit different for us because we have different pressure profiles and grind settings that we need to hit to get the lever in the right range. But yeah, then I want to be able to taste the flavors and the flavor notes based on that. Tends to be easy with pour over to try and get it dialed in for that. But yeah, you don't have to grind quite as fine, you don't have to dial it in as much to start to get flavors, and you can leave it a little bit longer to percolate in that cup. So yeah. Have you tried roasting a decaf light? I haven't seen much of that locally. It's really hard to roast a decaf light. So there's a couple of different processes you can use to make a coffee decaf, and basically it involves washing the coffee, and you do that between different roasting modes. So coffee beans have roast a little bit like popcorn does. When popcorn does that pop, that's called crack. Great name in coffee. And you have what's called first crack and second crack. Now usually if you're doing, like, we use a mountain process to wash our coffee, so we will roast it to first crack and then it'll be washed through the mountain process, and then we will roast it to second crack. But that does mean that you're ending up with quite a dark roast. I don't know of a reliable way of doing light roasts and getting it caffeine free with the traditional wash methods. There are other methods that I wouldn't want to delve into, which start to need chemicals adding and things like that, but yeah, that's what I would look at. If you were a coffee, what type would you be, both as a type of beans and as a way of serving? I would be a traditional Italian espresso, thick and rich and bitter. So yeah. Would you rather have crappy membrane keyboard to type on, or only have cheap instant coffee? Dude, Filio Fish, that's a great question. DM me on Discord for a desk mat. Which would I rather do? Crappy membrane only keyboards, or crap coffee? And I can only pick one. So as much as I'd like a nice keyboard to type on, I theoretically could do 90% of my work from my phone. Like, and I do a lot of work from my phone. I couldn't do with bad coffee. Life's too short for certain things to be bad in life. Coffee, sex, keyboards. There's a few other things as well, cars. But I would struggle to. I think I'd give you a different answer to that one every day, Filio Fish. I think right now I would say I'd take the coffee, good coffee. I'm not sure I'd take that other days, but yeah. Do you think the current direction of the keyboard hobby is not conducive to smaller companies, and maybe it's going to mean the death of small stores and makers? The Adepto 24, yeah, I think we've seen that over the past couple of years, and I think we'll see that even longer. We'll see that over longer periods. The keyboard hobby has kind of shrunk, and everyone started to become a vendor and to sell products when the boom times were good. They didn't plan for the poor times. You have to be squirreling away cash and making sure you've got money to pay the bills and stuff like that. I think what a lot of people, when they're setting up a business, they forget is they go, oh, I'm going to sell this product. And they go, great, I've got this new keyboard, or this new key set. I've got this new key set. We're going to sell 5,000 units worldwide. That's going to generate me, I don't know, let's just for argument's sake, it's going to generate me 10 grand in profit. And that 10 grand is going to be great. It's fantastic. What they forget is that then that 10 grand then needs to keep them liquid in whatever space they're using, with whatever staff they're using, and whatever bills they have to pay, until they actually ship that product out in 6 to 9 months later, right? That 10 grand doesn't go very far. So you have to kind of like make sure that you're putting money away and kind of like making sure you're ready for it and doing sort of stuff for taxes. One True Blaze, hey man on YouTube, thank you very much for joining. So yeah, I think small stores will struggle because cash flow is king, and if you don't have cash flow in this economy, you will struggle. You then end up opening lines of credit, and then you can't pay back the credit, and then you end up really struggling. And that's where you end up going down the My Keyboard route, the Captus keycaps route, the Eternus route, the Rama route. You know, you end up going down that route, and I think it will be really tough for a lot of smaller companies to stay afloat. One of the things that I think we will start to see happen is you will start to see some of the smaller companies merge together and split responsibilities. So a little bit like we absorbed Protozoa. So Protozoa is another UK keyboard company, and Ector, who owned it, wanted to close down. So we didn't buy them out or anything. I don't want to like make it like a hostile takeover or anything. It was not like that at all. But we basically absorbed them, so they have no responsibilities or accountabilities to deliver anything that they've done historically. We will kind of pick that up for them. They're just accountable for keeping customers updated and making sure we get the information that we need, and then they will pay us for like shipping and distribution and stuff like that. And as part of that, we absorbed all of their stock, so that's all sat on the shelves out in our workshop now. I think you'll start to see things like that happen to some of the smaller stores around the world. You might see little cooperatives of, you know, teams joining together, because many keyboard vendors still have day jobs, and I think you'll start to see little cooperatives plugged together of smaller brands to create, you know, I think cooperative is the only word I can come up with that fits what I see. But I think you risk you risk, you know, dying out an inglorious death as a keyboard vendor, or you have a duty to your customers to merge with a bigger vendor. Those are the two options you have. I think that's where it'll be. Any tips for getting into the hobby? I'm just starting, Jay. My tip for getting into the hobby: go to meetups if you can, watch streamers, see the YouTube videos. But yeah, going to meetups is a big one. You get to try all the keyboards, you get to try all the switches, you get to meet all the vendors, you get to meet cool people, hang out in local discords, whatever your area is. Yeah, those would be my top tips for getting into the hobby. And reading everything. Unfortunately, the hobby is a little bit fragmented right now, and GeekHack and KBD Mania and all of those other big websites, all of the other big websites, Authority and that, kind of are on the wane, but Discord communities are kind of on the up, which makes it really hard to sort and find information, and there's no build streams or build logs anymore like people used to do. But reading is kind of like the hobby. Don't rely on ChatGPT because it knows nothing. That's what I would say. So yeah, definitely take a look at that. An Elvis set would be awesome. Nice. The back looks really cool on the numpad. What's the stab on the top coded to? Spacebar alternative. No, it opens Excel. I have that bound to open Excel. If you mean this button up here, that opens Excel. It's also got USB pass through on the back, so I can do cool things and only need one cable between them. So yeah. Hey, I think it's the first time I noticed that rocket LED on the background. Could you turn it on? I'm so curious. It's only for Twitch subs. I shouldn't really press the button. It only lights up when someone subs. But if you sub, you will see that light up. That's the idea. What advice would you give to someone for their first keyboard? Probably a massively oversimplified, over-asked question, but I'm keen to know your take on. Buy once, buy right. Don't buy the first thing you think meets your needs. Do your research, go to meetups, try out a few keyboards, and then buy the one that actually does meet your need. A lot of people I speak to, there we go. Grand Passman, thank you so much for the sub.
Tasty,
you have just lit up
tasty.
my rocket ship. There you go. The spaceship is lit and illuminated. But you know, you're buying a tool, you're investing in a tool to do a job with. That might be whatever that is for you. It might be writing, it might be writing emails, it might be typing messages, filling out Jira tickets, whatever it might be. Make sure you're buying a tool that you want, not that some streamer or influencer has told you want. Okay, just make sure you're buying something that you want. Make sure it meets your requirements and not someone else's arbitrary requirements. And ask people for their opinions. You can join our Discord down below, and people will happily talk to you about keyboards all day long in the keyboard chat channel. So yeah. Keyboards, coffee, and cars. Any other hobbies you equally enjoy? Watches. I'm massively into watches. Playing cards. I collect decks of playing cards. I'm massively into electronics, so I build things like Nixie clocks. You can see ones back here. I've got a Nixie clock built into a keyboard somewhere. I've also got like a little counter that I made a while back, which is here. So this is like a little rotary encoder from an old phone, and it has Nixie tubes in. So this basically adds up whatever number I dial. So if I dial 5, it will add 5 to the current count. If I dial 8, it will add 8 to the count, so it'll go to 70 now. There you go. And there's other things on there as well. So anything with Nixie tubes, electronics, that kind of thing, vintage electronics, that's kind of my bag. I like anything like that kind of stuff. Imail, I finally made it to the stream of The Prototypist. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for being here. The lore of the name is actually intriguing. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You can't spell drama without Ra, man. Yeah. Genta, I assume that's a portmanteau of J and Center. Aside from the SPC, what's been your favourite part of PT's 6-year journey? Well, SPC is so. For those that don't know, if you subscribe, you get to join the SPC. I won't tell you what S, P, or C stand for, but that might give you some clues. Is our Twitch subs club. They named themselves. They came up with their own name. I was not involved. They came up with their own logo. I was not involved. That would be probably my. But it's full of lovely, lovely people, and that would probably be my favorite thing. I guess the thing that I'm most proud of outside of the SPC Jehovah is how we have changed the market for keyboards in the UK. So when I first started Prototypist Up, there was mech boards and that was kind of it in the UK. You couldn't really find anything else that was. Noxery was around as well as Ondat was around, but you couldn't really buy much in the UK, and you tend to have to import it from China or wherever, Taobao, or one of the few vendors dotted around the world like My Keyboard or Candy Keys or Novel Keys at the time. And my aim was to make that all accessible, and I think we've done a great job of that, and we paved the way for a lot of other vendors to come through, like Ollie, who's great at Serpent Keys and things like that, to, you know, people to come through, and Matty at Thock Exchange to come through and create their own businesses around the industry. So I do think that I'm probably proud of helping that to happen. So yeah. Someone should name their company Drop Table. maybe. I think Black Simon's is called Black Drop, right? Which is kind of get it. Badly written site would cause SQL to delete everything. Nice. Yettering redeemed coffee check. I'm drinking my own coffee. This is the Fiction Blend from jaysroastery.co.uk. I think the MetaKeys and Omnitype is going to possibly bring EC more to the forefront. EC is pretty big right now. Dynacap's in stock on our website. You can pick it up. We're going to have more Dynacap packs in stock quite soon. I won't comment on the MetaKeep stuff because there's other stuff in the background there. But yeah, EC is huge right now, and it should be because it's great. It's, you know, there's an argument that it's not technically mechanical. It's actually rubber dome, but it's great to use and it's nice to use. What kind of roast do you do, Jay? Turkey, lamb, or beef? If I could pick Nigel Kipper, I would always go for the lamb roast dinner. Lamb is probably my favourite. Get the mint sauce on it. Yorkshire puddings, yes, absolutely. But yeah. Coffee taster, that's a job I could handle. David, when are you going to come and visit, David? Like, you're not that far away from the PTHQ. You could come and visit, and we could have some coffee tasting together. Thank you so much to whoever that was that subbed. I think it was a gift sub. I can't see it on my chat just yet, but you did light up my rocket ship, so thank you very much for that. 100 concurrent hours. Nice. Careful, Jay. Wait, what am I being careful, Mr. Reed? Like, chat, I'm so far behind in chat, so yeah. ISO compatibility, surely? Wait, what? ISO compatibility is really, really hard to get people to agree to, Gary. I wish that I could do it for everything. Like we've got to the point where we've agreed contracts with KKB and Signature Plastics to always add UK ISO in, and a few other vendors as well. We're doing the same with Divina Papaya actually for the UK. I've guaranteed the MOQ, and I feel like this might stab me in the back, but I've guaranteed the MOQ for a UK ISO kit for both the MT new set of Divina Papaya and the CYL set of Divina Papaya, and I think currently the adoption rate is about 4%. So only about 4% of the set sales are people buying the UK ISO kit, and I've guaranteed to buy out the MOQ. I feel like I'm not going to make any profit on that set, but yeah. Jay, is it too late now for an order of sci-fi? If you get it in today, it should ship tomorrow, Superhands, which means you should get it on Wednesday. So if you want coffee before Christmas, I would order tonight, and then it will get the team to process it tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully. What's the design process you go through when you work on a keyboard? It depends on if it's something that we're just being the vendor for, iMerl, or whether it's something that we are designing in-house. If it's something we're designing in-house, we have an in-house designer called Josh, and Josh and I will sit down and we'll talk about if you've ever worked in projects, we don't exactly create user stories, but we create like a series of outcomes that we want the keyboard to provide an option or opportunity to deliver on. And from there, we will then take inspiration from whatever's triggered it in, usually in my mind, about what I want from a keyboard. For the J series, it's a lot of vintage stuff, and then we'll kind of refine that. Once we're ready and we're happy with it, we'll order a prototype. We'll give that a test out, sometimes on stream. For example, we did Project Nixie with Nixie tubes in there and stuff like that. If you want to see it, let me know. I'll grab it, you guys. And we come up with we'll come up with the ideas. Well, then, as I say, sometimes we'll 3D print it to make sure that some of our wacky ideas actually work in 3D. But then we'll start to have something machined from one of our manufacturers, and then from there we decide whether it actually has legs to go to an IC. If it does, we'll then do an IC, which we haven't done one for a while, but it tends to be just chatting in the Discord these days, just to see if the community would like it. You know, we did that with key sets like JOG and the PT by MW Black on White and White on Black, and we've done the same for Midnight Rainbow that's coming soon. So we'll get some feedback, we'll make changes based on that feedback, and then we'll see if it's actually got the opportunity to take it to a group buy or to maybe make it for in stock. So it depends, because we do that with a lot of other products that aren't ours as well. For example, the Vela is about to drop soon, you know, and then we work with Manu at Control quite closely throughout their process for designing stuff. Really depends. Add an espresso shot to a McDonald's vanilla milkshake, chef's kiss. I wouldn't get a McDonald's milkshake, but a good milkshake, yeah. I only drink black coffee, but it has to be iced. Yeah, we have an ice machine here for just in the summer, so yeah. If you could go back in time and stop one specific keyboard trend from ever happening, which one would it be and why? Oh man. I don't think there's been a trend in keyboards that I'd want to stop. I can't think of anything that I would want to stop as a trend, Skimson. I can't think there's any trend out there that I'd want to stop, apart from people failing as businesses. But that can happen to any business for any reason, so, you know. True Blaze on YouTube says, find someone who needs a kidney before getting into this hobby was the best advice I received. That's fair, man. That's fair. All this talk of coffee is making me want one, and it's 10 o'clock here. Oh well, I'm on holiday. Yeah, I mean, it's nearly 9 PM here and I'm drinking one. Are there sub milestones for the giveaways? No, we're going to do a giveaway in a minute, and we're just going to play marbles for some stuff. There's no I've just got a pile of stuff we're going to give away. So I'll show you guys that pile in a minute, and then I have the Vela to unbox and show you guys, which we're going to build in the new year. And then we'll just start playing marbles every now and again to give stuff away. And if anyone asks a really, really good question, like a few have, they can DM me and we'll get them a free desk mat out, a random desk mat. What is a keyboard group buy that you passed on and now wish you had got? I don't think there's been a keyboard that we've passed on and said no to. There's been key sets that we've said no to that I wish we'd done. But I don't think there's ever been a keyboard that we've said no to that I wish we'd done. Like, usually if I say no to a product, it's because I don't believe in the product. And I don't want to sell something I don't believe in because I don't think I can sell something I don't believe in. So generally the stuff that we sell on the store is stuff that I think has some benefit to the community as a whole. I can't think of any keyboards we've said no to that I wish we hadn't. There's definitely key sets though, definitely key sets, and definitely switches as well. Ari Decaf, those chemical methods aren't as scary as they may sound, but thanks for the explanation. I think it's, sorry, for me, the chemical process for making a decaf coffee, the reason why they're scary and terrifying rather than just using like a mountain wash process is because the regulation over some of those chemicals here in the UK needs so much in the terms of licensing and how you produce it and how you're then inspected about how you control those substances, and that's just something I've never had to delve into. Like it's hard enough getting the hygiene ratings, which we got 5 for, but that's worrying enough without me wanting to delve into that kind of side of things. I'm sure it's fine if you're in that industry, like, you know, as someone with their own roasting machines and stuff like that, but we do work really closely with a local roaster because I can't afford the machines for it, so maybe, yeah. Always have the crappy keyboard, never crap instant. Fair. Could not live without good copy. True. J Claus, what's your biggest pet peeve in the keyboard industry? Biggest pet peeve. People making spurious claims. That would be what it is. People making spurious claims. Coffee, sex, and keyboards. What else is there? Cars, watches. You know, anything that I collect, pens, video games. There's a million things. And then you buy yourself a car for that money while taking another 20 group buys. Yeah, I mean, I was trying to work out. I've only bought 2 cars since I started Prototypist. 3 cars, sorry. One was a Subaru. It was a GT Spec B Legacy, which I sold, and I sold that to fund the purchase of my Audi estate, which is what I daily drive now. And the only other car I've bought whilst PT's been running is one of my classic cars, which was the Laurel, and that's a car that I'd been trying to buy for nearly 10 years at this point, at the time when I bought it. But PT didn't pay for any of it, so yeah. The cars might be stored here, but you know, I still have to pay PT for storing my cars here. Otherwise, I'd get charged a benefit in kind tax, which is frustrating. But yeah, little things. What's the superior biscuit for a keyboard building session? It needs to be structured enough to handle a dunk, but low crumb to protect the PCB. I'd probably go for a hobnob, but I don't really eat biscuits. If I'm eating biscuits, it tends to be a Fig Newton. I'm not really a huge biscuit guy. Simple non-chocolate hobnob. Yeah, exactly, David. Yeah. Worker run co-ops for keyboard companies. Yeah, I mean, I think that's where we'll see it going. What's Santa J wanting to get from Santa Claus? I don't think there's anything in life that I want that I don't have. I'd like some certainty around my mortgage application. So one of the things I'm trying to do at the minute is go through a mortgage application because my wife wants to move house. And that's fine. I want to move as well. Now, the house we're trying to buy is basically valued at the same as our current house. So what we're trying to do is basically swap houses. We've sold ours, we've got buyers for it, that's fine. We put an offer in, it's fine. We went to get an agreement in principle from the banks, and the bank said, yeah, you can borrow 750k if you want. Great, fantastic. Even with me having no income. And then when we actually applied for the mortgage, we're like, oh, but you know, you have a company and your company's profits are all tied to this. And it's like, why? So that's still ongoing, and I'm hoping to get an answer tomorrow morning on it. I'm not confident I will, and I think I'm going to have to stress about it all over Christmas and into the new year. That's what I want for Christmas, Wolfie. I want, and I don't, at this point, I don't really care whether it's we're buying the house or we're not buying the house. I just want a definitive answer to stop me stressing about it. Yeah. If you could wheel a dealer any classic car, what would you choose and why? I think I have my grail in terms of classic cars, or 2/3 of my grails in classic cars. I have my 240Z and I have my Datsun Laurel. The only other one I would like is a Kenmiri Skyline. I will never own one. I don't earn enough money ever to be able to afford one, and I don't see that ever happening. But if lottery win, that would be the only other car I'd cover. So yeah. Do you ever make it to US meetups? Yes, I've been to Novel Keys meetups, I've been to Seattle meetups, I've been to KeyCon a couple of times. I try and get over there once a year if I can. Although I didn't get there this year. Be a shame if Geek Hack really dies. I really like it. Yeah, it would be. You can only have one starter, main and dessert for the rest of your life. Which dishes and restaurants would you mix and match from? Also choose one location such as country or home. Dude, that's such a restrictive question, Dynamics. Location, I'd pick Iceland. Dessert, I'd pick the donuts from, I can't remember the name of it. It's the restaurant's called Le Coq. Yes, that is what it's called, in Iceland, and there's like a bagel place and donut place. I'd pick the donuts from there. I'd pick the tasting menu for my main from Sumac, and I would pick lunch from Broad. So all basically Michelin star quality. That's probably what I'd go for. Right. Okay, I want to try and catch up with chat as much as I can so that we can start doing some giveaways. It will die. Yeah, I think Geek Hack will die. Yeah, filling out Jira tickets. I spent a lot of my life filling out Jira tickets. What are the more unique upcoming keyboards that you're most looking forward to? There's something cool that's happening. I don't know how much I can talk about this because I don't think it's been released yet. I'm not going to answer that, Earl, but I'm going to say that watch out because in 2026 there's at least 2 projects I'm somewhat involved in that are really unique in terms of how they work. So yeah. I bought so many boards building up to the boards I have now, and I own none of them because I didn't end up liking them. Tale as old as time in any hobby. Regarding meetups, Colorado has a pretty good community. Bi-monthly meetups with people like EPP, Rukia, and Pete Johansson. Not to mention me. A lot of really nice and really tap-out people. Nice, yeah. Meetups are great. I wish we could do... Like, we do keyboards and coffee here at PT Workshop every Thursday. People can come in and have a coffee and check out keyboards. And I usually have 30 to 50 keyboards out on display. meetups in the UK are a little bit harder. We do open days here as well on a Saturday, twice a year usually, where we get like 150 people come by. This last time when we did it a couple of months ago, we actually enabled people to bring their own keyboards and have them on display, which was fun. I find without the right person to drive meetups in the UK, they're not happening as like UK specific ones. MK UK used to run them, and I don't know what they're doing anymore, basically. So yeah, but hopefully there'll be more of it. How am I doing?
Tasty.
Trick Death, that's a good question. Thank you for asking, man. I'm doing all right. I'm stressed out, but I'm doing okay. For my first custom keyboard, I commissioned a reputable person to do it for me because Grandpa is clumsy and tends to botch things when doing them for the first time. But I do plan to learn how on low budget materials. Nothing wrong. I build keyboards for people all the time. I've probably built 5,000-ish keyboards now, somewhere in that kind of region, I think. So yeah, but there is absolutely nothing about modern keyboards that anyone can't do, especially the hot swap ones. They basically assemble like Lego these days. Nice and easy. This is what I'm thinking. Been discussing a build with Jo, near 65 CU, some Sage switches. That's where I'm thinking, lads. Nice. What Christmas song gets played year after year but annoys the hell out of you after hear it? Dude, I'm with you on Mariah Carey. I didn't even need to get the rest of the question before knowing what that song was going to be, and it would be Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. Absolutely online with you. 100%. Yeah. Please comment on the Metakeeps. Come on. No. Do you have any key sets in your collection that are either super secret still or under an NDA? And if you do you wish you could show them off? Thank you so much for the gift subs, Wolfie. You have lit up my rocket ship, my dear. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. Key sets that are still super secret. I have a lot of rare key sets, like really old ones. SA Black is Black. I don't think I have any key sets in my collection that are under NDA apart from... Well, there's nothing that's under NDA. There's a couple that were really secretive private runs that I've never seen anyone talk about publicly. And I'm talking like 10 or 15 people buying them. But yeah, other than that, I don't think that. Most of them probably will get shown off at some point on stream. Some of them have actually been on display when people have come to PT in the open days as well. Lamb, beef, pork, chicken, turkey, ham. I like lamb, beef, turkey, and then pork, chicken. Oh no, ham. I do like a gammon. I can't rate them. Lamb, turkey, ham, and beef are all top tier for me. Just yeah. All this talk about EC is reminding me I have to finally decide between the sand or stone, and so sand. Go for the sand. Or the stone. Go for both. Go for both. Why not? Careful about a question of what the rule designers should follow. I think we answered that okay, because the rule is that designers should be in some way accountable for helping promote their products until they're sold out. I think that's fair. Gemma, good afternoon, my dear. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a really good time with the girls last night. I know. In the new year, I promise I'll pop over there to sample your wares, Mr. J. Cool. I would love to catch up with you in real life, David. I don't think we've ever met in real life. I don't think we've ever been to a meetup together, but yeah. Do you think of Davina McCall every time you say Davina Papaya? No. That's the first time I've thought of her. So, yeah. When I pick up both sets of Davina Papaya, I'll be ordering them both sets of UK soon. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. What is the movie you have to watch before Christmas, and why isn't it Die Hard? I do like to watch Die Hard, but I don't watch it every year. Muppets Christmas Carol is always up there for me. That's top tier Christmas film. And usually we watch Home Alone as a family. So those are the two big ones. My wife always watches The Holiday as well, but I can take or leave it. An emote exists, and this is officially my new favourite one. And that is the SPC rocket ship, yeah. Did you just say Evil Eye? Nice. I'd like to see a DCS Evil Eye. Maybe I should reach out to the designer and see if we can do it. Flex cuts in PCBs. No, flex cuts were of their time. Flex cuts were something that was really popular. Do you know what I did hate as a thing? Actually, I hated the 4.5mm thick brass plates. They were awful. I had one in a Zephyr, and it was just not very nice to type on. At what point can you say you have too many keyboards? I know we said N+1 before, but where N is the current number owned. But there has to be a point where it becomes too much and boards are left together, dust on the shelf, etc. Yeah, I mean, I'm at that stage now, and if the house move is happening, I do need to liberate some of my keyboards from my collection and generate some capital for myself, because I will need the money for the move, and that's just one of the things I'm going to have to do. My savings after 6 years of no income are severely depleted, and that It's just what we have to do. But I think that's going to be different for everyone. Some people like 5V have insane collections that put mine to shame, and other people have 5 and they think that's a lot. So I think the real thing is N is a very subjective, personal number to you. I guess the easiest way to achieve that would be to cooperate with some of the big companies that do large-scale decaf. Yeah, but then you can't do. So I have looked into that. If you wanted to do it, but they want something like 100 tons of coffee to go through them, and like that's an order of magnitude or two of way from where we are. Like, you know, realistically, I'm selling a couple of tons of coffee a month. Like, it's not break the bank kind of coffee volumes. It's, you know, 5,000 kilos a month at most. Like on a really good month, it's less than that. The green screen looks good. Thanks, man. Yeah. What's the next daily? No salad, no sauce. I would. If we're moving house, there's no change to my daily in the next 5 years. I would absolutely love the M3 Touring. I do want one. I would buy one. I tried to buy one, and BMW said no because I didn't have a pre-existing relationship with them when they were hard to get. That's what I would go for, the M3 Touring competition. But I can't afford it. Yeah. How would you summarize the entirety of 2025, business, political, social, but in a haiku? I'm not going to be able to write a haiku on stream, but how would I summarize 2025 in one sentence? I'll do it in one sentence for you. Could be better. Or could have been better, yeah. Would you rather have car-themed keyboard kits or keycaps? Ooh, there hasn't been many car-themed keycap sets. There's been a couple of car-themed keyboards. I don't think cars and keyboards is a necessarily good mix. It's difficult to design something in keyboard design language that fits the aesthetics of cars. Even if you look at something like the 959, it didn't actually look anything like the car. It's really difficult to do that. The closest one that I've seen is the wing from Clever Keeps, because the wing really looks like the Ferrari F40 rear wing. It's got the vents on the side. That's the only one that's really done it justice, I think. And keycap sets, there's British Racing Green, but that's the racing green as a colour. It's more of a livery than a car. I don't know if there's much way of making a good crossover. Do I DM you with a good question? No, you just DM me on Discord and let me know that you were one of the prize winners. Let me know and drop a screenshot of your Twitch or something so I know it's you. What's the board behind you with no keys on? This one here. This one is a J01 Final Edition prototype. This is a test case for anodization smoothness, and it came out pretty good. We were really happy with this. This was manufactured by STR. It's a little bit dusty, but it came out really, really nice, and it's just up there because I need to build it. Hey, thank you so much for the gift subs, Bazooka. 5 gift subs to viewers. Thank you so much. We will play some marbles in a sec. I'm trying to catch up with chat, and then we can play some marbles because I don't want to miss anything. Fingers crossed on the mortgage. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate it. AI can build me a whole fleet of interesting rockets. AI is useful as a tool only. When people start using it as a crutch, it becomes a poor quality way to create. It becomes a poor quality way to communicate, and it lacks input from you, which is the reason why people are talking to you. So AI is great for a tool. So I use AI for like a process. Like as I get close to work every morning, I have my iPhone has a shortcut on it where my calendar is scraped, my notes are scraped, my emails are scraped, my messages are scraped, my WhatsApps are scraped, and it puts all of that information into Perplexity. Perplexity then spits out a basic to-do list, and then that gets put into an app called Workflowy that I use on all my devices as like a daily to-do feature, and it basically gives me a breakdown of high priority things. It gives me a list of things I need to do, and that's great because that gives me a starting point when I'm having a coffee in the morning, and then I do everything else extraneous around it. Using AI as a tool like that, great. Use it for automations, things like that. Using AI as the gospel truth and a crutch to produce things, no. It's not you then. It's not you. I know people who've applied for jobs on the basis that they've done a CV, a cover letter, and a presentation all written by ChatGPT. But it's not them that's got the job, really. It's ChatGPT at that point. If they're using it as tool to kind of like help them structure something. So these are my talking points. How can I structure this better? Maybe. If they're saying, scrape me all of this information together from all of these different sources, maybe. But when you're actually using it to write the thing for you, be careful. 69 Mustang Boss 429. Nice. Class 100 is really tempting. Any chance we'll see a prototype build down the line? Not from me, no. They did ask me if I want one, but I think I think Alex is going to get one, or Alex has had one. So we said no for it. So yeah. Would you rather be forever 30 minutes late or 2 hours early? No loopholes. 2 hours early. I hate being late. 2 hours early. Can't go to keyboard meetups because my region does not support them. What region are you in, Grandpa Man? Grandpa Assman? Wait, what? I'm just reading your name. I'm going to call you Grand Passman because I don't like the other connotation of your name. Waffle Toaster, thank you so much for the Prime sub. So, Mr. Protocols, when does the group buy in for the Keycult number 2 TKL? I don't know off the top of my head. I created the configurator the other day. We'll see. Dingo7, quick question, Jay. So what is the most scuffed keyboard you owned in terms of what you had to do to or some corporeal injury? The worst keyboard I've ever owned that was most scuffed, Dingo, was the one from Backprop, which is called the Doro 67. It came out in 2016, I think. I've still not built it to this day, and I still can't bring myself to build it. It's actually right at the bottom of my build pile down there. Mariah Isabelta? No thanks. Nice answer on the cards, by the way. Thanks, man. Chimera Skyline, absolute dream car. How would I go about designing and manufacturing a one-of-one personal keyboard for myself, and how much would it cost? Cost is going to depend on which manufacturer you use and what elements of the design you have. Basically, it's going to come down to materials and machining time and finish. So that could be anywhere between $300 or $400 up to a couple of $1,000, depending on what you pick. If you pick something blinged out with stainless steel and titanium and, you know, gold leaf, it could be $3,000 or $4,000. If you want just plain basic aluminium, maybe, depending on how simple the design is, you could get for a couple of $100. In terms of getting the design done, if you want to do it yourself, you can learn Fusion and teach yourself keyboard design. Quanta had a really good, or Quantric, sorry, had a really good Fusion guide a few years ago, and there's been a few more, specifically to keyboards that you can look up on YouTube, or you can reach out to someone who can do keyboard design for you. So Josh Aneos, who works for PT, or you can speak to Unusual if you're in the UK, or there are tons of designers out there that will do commissions for you these days. So yeah, you can reach out to those as well. But pricing, it's so determined by what you're having produced and what materials you're having produced in, that to give you a price range is really difficult without seeing it and without knowing. And also different manufacturers are going to price you different things, and then you've got ancillary things like what screws you're going to use, what your gasket material is going to be made for, how that's going to be produced. If you want injection molded silicone, you're going to have to order 100 pieces. If you want laser cut silicone, you can probably order one. It really depends on where you want to draw the line. So yeah, PCB will be another factor. Using an off-the-shelf one, or do you need a custom design for your layout? Again, that will all decide into the pricing. Could be as cheap as a few $100s, could be as expensive as $5,000. It depends on what you want to spend. You should have bought DCS GG from me, Jay. Did I get invited? I can't remember if I did or not. Looking 10 out of 10 today, Jay. What does your jumper say? Thank you, Jim. It says I do it for the hose. I do it for the hose and Santa Claus. I've had this t-shirt jumper about 5 years now, and I love it. Muppets number 1. Muppets Christmas Carol number 1. Yeah, I love it. How do you feel about Ultem PEI? It's a great material. It's really interesting. It has no business being a plate, but it's fantastic for knobs and maybe keycaps next year. I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about that though. Both is not an option for my Enter order. I really don't want to go my order to go to 1.4K as a few of the group I want to gain. Fair, man, fair. Real question is, how many keyboards does your wife think you have? My wife knows, I mean, she doesn't very often come to the workshop, but she knows it's insane. I don't think she even knows how many cars we have. Like, if she had, because I've been collecting classic cars for 20 years. I think if you asked her to list out the cars, I don't think she could. So my wife, but I could also not list out her handbags, right? So I don't know. She knows. I mean, she knows I run the business. Obviously, she knows it's a silly number of keyboards. I don't think she cares particular whether that number's 20 or 500, and it's somewhere closer to the 400 mark, I think, realistically. But yeah. Anyone else here do Warhammer as another Tinker hobby? I'm sure that people will do. But yeah, stick with the Audi, maybe. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I am sticking with the Audi. No source. I mean, I want the M3 or the M5, but I can't justify it. Alpine A11. Sorry, A110. Yeah. So Dynamics, I did take the Alpine out for a test drive in the snow. So this is a true story. Let me find the pictures because this happened not last year, the year before, I think. Hold on, when was that? Oh, it was March 2023, so it's almost 2 years ago. Let me find the pictures out. So, why is it not showing me all of them? So I wanted to test drive the Alpine because, well, I wanted to take an Alpine out. So this is when I had my Subaru Legacy at the time. So this is my Subaru Legacy in the snow. Hold on, let me change the camera over. So this is my Subaru Legacy in the snow. Hold on. I don't have these on the PC to share. So this is a Subaru Legacy. I'd rung up Alpine, the dealership, and I wanted to test drive the A110. And I assumed that the test drive was going to be cancelled because this is what I woke up to. This is where I'd arranged to meet the guy. So I'd actually gone out in the Subaru. The Subaru was all-wheel drive. It was great in the snow. It was fantastic. And the dealership was in Manchester, and I'm on, well, where PT HQ is. I'm a few miles away from there in Bradford. And I'd assumed it was cancelled because I woke up to this. Now, where the dealership was in Oldham, he said there was no snow. So he said, I'll meet you at this point and we can go for a test drive. So there's the Subaru in the snow. All packed up. And here's the Alpine. This is the Alpine that they let me take out in the snow. This is literally as we got back. And I got to test drive a two-seater rear-wheel drive sports car in the snow, and I had a whale of a time. The guy actually at one point, he had to hold on, like, because I was sliding it around a little bit. We were up in some country roads, a place called Saddleworth near here off the motorway, and I was sliding the car around a little bit and being exuberant with my driving, but not in a dangerous way, just having a bit of fun. And I thought that they were going to cancel the test drive, but they didn't. And the guy was game. He did have white knuckles because he was holding on when I was going down some corners. And after about 20 minutes, he was like, Jay, I'm really going to have to ask you to take me back because I don't want to drive in this weather and I'm terrified of this. So we turned around and went back to where the Subaru was parked up, and we kind of ended the test drive. The car was fine and it was okay, but I prefer the Lotus Evora, if I'm honest. So yeah. But I did test drive an Alpine in the snow, which was really good fun. Spiders for the win. Car theme key. Yeah, okay. Best car color. My Datsun is bright orange, and I love it. So that one. I hear you selling some keyboards today. Yes. In the new year, I'll be putting some keyboards up for sale. Will you be the vendor for the wing? I don't know yet. I'll have a chat with Clever, but I'm always happy to support him and do it. So yeah. Laguna Seca Blue. Fair. You will never catch up on chat. It seems like it. How's Workshop Dog doing? She's doing better. She's doing okay. She's on medication now. She's doing better. Yeah. I reckon every 10 minutes Jay should take a break from chat and run a giveaway. I'm going to do one right now. I just discovered Claude and never touched coding before. Built a dashboard for my 3D print farm so I can monitor from my office. Vibe coding can be okay if you're doing it for yourself. If people are vibe coding in a business where they're deploying software to more than 5 people, I think it could be an issue. And I think that's why you pay developers, right? That's why you have developers. So yeah. Jay, over time, has your favorite part of Christmas holidays changed? When I was quite a bit younger, it used to be the presents, but nowadays it's the food and dinner. So growing up, we grew up really poor, and Christmas was never about the presents for us. It was all about the family and time together. So yeah, but that's still my favorite thing. Have you got a chance to mess with the Gator on lanes? We sold them at while. Did you happen to mess with putting grease on the tactile leaf? No, I never did that, but I did really rate the lanes, and we're getting more in stock soon. What keyboard has been the biggest disappointment for you? You're allowed to say whether you owned it or not. Dora 67, still own it, never built it. I sent this chat at 2101. It's only 2109. We're 7 or 8 minutes behind. It's like he's using an Explorer. Never seen a streamer paint such detailed chat. It's actually inspiring, dude. I want to. This is the whole point of the stream, right? Question about a past stream, a big ass enter. I can't find it anywhere. Do you have a link? It would be the ETA 87 build, Shoal Winds, where we did that. Are we one of the hoes, Jay? If you want to be, you can be. Yeah, I'm down to increase my hoe harem, right? No, I'm joking. I'm absolutely not. I am very, very happily married. Solid question. How do you build an ISO kit on a keyboard PCB? Are there different PCBs dependent on ANSI and ISO layout? So there can be, but usually it's just stabilizer orientation. So let me show you. So this is our in-stock PCB. This is for a TKL. This is the PT80, and here you will see a hole there and a hole there, there and there, and there and there. That's for the stabilizer to go with the wire here for the ISO enter, and here and here, so there and there with the wire here, that's for the ANSI enter. So the PCB supports both ANSI and ISO, and depending on how you put the stabilizer in, do I have a 2 stabilizer in Nitro? Yeah, so if you put the stabilizer in here, that gives you ISO layout, and if you put the stabilizer in here, that gives you ANSI layout. Okay, so that's how you can change between the two. Hot swap, it might be a little bit different because you might need the hot swap sockets might not support both layouts, so sometimes you do need a hot swap ISO specifically or a hot swap ANSI specifically. And then the other thing is you need split left shift. So ANSI uses a full left shift here with a stabilizer in, and ISO uses 2 pinpoints. So you have that one there for the switch for ANSI. That one and that one becomes the split left shift, which is also very popular in ISO layouts. So that's the whistle-stop tour of how that works. Can I list my wife's handbags because I had to create the organization system for them? Well done, man. Well done. PEI keycaps? Maybe. It's good to have a hobby and end of the day. If you can afford it, why not collect? Yeah. Green Alpine. That was the color they brought. I'll get a Mustang at some point when finances allow. Gemma, let me take you shopping for it when you do it. I will gladly go car shopping with anyone. Was the Jesus handle grab? Wait, what? Yeah. So when I was there was one point when we were doing the Alpine test, and there was like a roundabout that is very, very rarely used, and it was thick of snow. This is out in the middle of the countryside, off the motorway, in the middle of nowhere. And I like it because you can usually, like in a fast car, you can kind of like get a good head of steam around this curve and into the roundabout. And as you go around the roundabout, there's kind of like a nice little drive. I'm not kidding you. For about 3/4 of that roundabout, the back wheels on the Alpine were kicked out. It was phenomenal. But yeah. Mr. J, talking with people in the hobby, normally December is a month where the cool projects die down and the hobby slows down a bit due to the time of year and so on. That doesn't look to have happened this year. There's been so many cool goodbyes. That's true. This year is a fluke on that statistic. Yeah, I agree. I know there's not much you can say about upcoming projects, but for my wallet's sake, how is January and February looking? January is looking quieter than December, which is usually the other way around. February, we're starting to pick up a lot of things for. There's some cool stuff happening March onwards, and yeah. So yeah. Sick Death Man, thank you, man. It's in stock. You can pick this up. I guess extremely dangerous if there's anything related to processing payments that involve vibe coding. Yeah, I've done vibe coding for a couple of things on our website. I prefer to get someone to help me, and we actually did a crowdsourced bit of coding on the weekend, which was fun. See you later, David. Thanks very much for being here. Do I know what's going on with the ETAR? Yeah, so with the ETAR, Bloody Easy is in the process of arranging production with the fabricators as of last week, and he's going to hit me up in the new year after the Christmas break because he knows I'm technically on holiday at the moment. You don't think there are any in Eastern Europe? We sell a lot of keyboards to Eastern Europe. Israel, there's some great keyboard designers in Lebanon and places like that, so it depends on where you are. Question on vibe coding. Does using AI to peruse software documentation to aid in development count as vibe coding, or is it asking the AI to make code from scratch? I think if you are using it as anything more than a tool and you're using it as a crutch, like if you can do it without the AI and you are using the AI to just speed up a process, I think that's broadly okay. If you can't do it on your own and you are needing the AI to do it for you, that becomes a crutch, and that's where I like to draw the line. I'll trade your Audi for 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. No deal, dude, but thank you. I need to get the Audi in for some checks as well, because I think the rear suspension needs replacing, and there's also a tick on full lock when I'm turning to the left, and I think it's the passenger side CV joint that has split, so I need that looking at as well really soon. So actually, because you're really local to me, no selling no sauce, if you know an Audi specialist I can drop the car off within the new year, please let me know. Because you strike me as the kind of man who knows that kind of thing from our interactions in real life. If you're paying, let's go tomorrow. Jim, I'm not buying you a car, but I will go shopping with one. Reed, I would also go car shopping with you. Yeah. Maybe this year's different because of Chinese New Year date shift. It could be. It's also because just a lot of cool projects have come to fruition at this point. So yeah. The GRGT. Oh, excuse me. Yes. Yeah. I miss the Datsun. Was too fun to rev. Did you drive my Datsun? Did I put you in the Datsun LV? I can't remember. Drive a Corolla, building up to a GTA 6. Nice. Cool. Right, we're caught with chat. Let's do a giveaway. Let's go play marbles. Let's play marbles. Can we do this? Where is it? Game capture. Here it is. Let's play marbles. Okay, let's do a race, and the winner of this race is gonna win a set of JOG keycaps. These are our in-house designed beige keycaps manufactured by JC Studios, really good quality. We'll ship it anywhere in the world, we'll pay for shipping. Let's play marbles for this. So we're gonna do a race, we're gonna do a community map because I like the community maps, they're always much more fun. And I'm just gonna pick one at random, we're gonna do this one. And we're gonna hit play. Remember Marble Blast? Was that the one on the Atari 2600? If it was, yes, I remember it. Okay, so if you want to get in on this race, all you must do is do that. Oh no, it's exclamation mark play. Sorry, ignore me. Do exclamation mark play like everyone else in chat is. Why did I do?
Incredible.
Wrong command. Anyway, we're going to play marbles. This is for a set of JOG. We'll ship it anywhere in the world. You might have to pay your own import duties. I can't cover those for free items, but I will pay for shipping and for the product. That is my Christmas gift to you guys. So yeah, so all you guys get in. I want as many as you can into the race. Let's try and do as many. We've only got 81 people in here. There is a lot more people than that watching right now. 175-ish viewers. So I want to see at least 100 people in here. Come on, exclamation mark play, guys. Get yourselves in the game. You can win a free key set here. And we'll ship it anywhere in the world for you. There's got to be 10 more people who want a freebie. That's a lot of marbles. Yeah, 5 more people. Come on, guys, let's get to 100. Come on, let's get 100 people in here to play marbles. Invite your friends, get them all in here, and we'll all do a race. 2 more, and then I'm going to hit the start button. There we go, we're at 100. I'm hitting start now. You've got 10 seconds to go. And we are going to play marbles for the JOG keycap set. Winners, get ready to message me or a mod with your details. 3, 2, 1, and away we go, and off we go down into the first obstacle here, which is the Bowl of Despair. It looks like No Salad, No Sauce was leading there, but we'll see who comes out the bottom first. I'm going to pan down to the bottom so we can catch the winners coming through. Looks like there's everyone in there. Tommy Jim's in there coming around the outside. Clacking the Crack is at the back. I can see myself in there as well. V-Rugdush now has the lead, I think, but only just, and everyone else is panning around to come through. V-Rugdush is there, and a few other people are coming through as well. I see No Salad, No Sauce in the middle. Clacking the Crack still at the back. Dio Bag is in there too. V-Rugdush does have the lead, and Conan is just behind. Jan the Frabgist and Resident Yapper are coming back with Hanga98 there too. We're going to come down into the second Bowl of Despair, and people can choose to go left or right here. Looks like V-Rugdush has gone to the right hand side and Conan's gone to the left, but it's all a race down into the pegboard at the bottom. Rotating pegs here are going to slow people down. Nimble Machine and everyone else also. Oh, V-Rugdush straight through, no stopping them. So is Conan and Jan the Frabgist and 03D as we go down into the Wheels of Doom. Jan the Frabgist is the first all the way through, but Conan steals past the lead, and Resident Yapper's there as well. We're going to get stuck here in the Spindle now. Asub has also joined them in the Spindle, and Captain Ash is there too, coming down through the next bowl and into the next series of ramps here. Resident Yapper's got quite a big lead over Acerb, but Cherry Waves Lives and Conan is there as well. Oh no, people are dropping down. Dingo 7 just launching themselves down the map and somehow surviving. Has a huge lead over everyone. Conan's in second. Resident Yapper's got hung up. Right at the back, we've got Storsnus and Jehovah in bed and a few others at the back there. I'm somewhere in the middle, but it looks like Dingo 7 and Resident Yapper has caught up Dingo 7 and overtaken them. But we're going into a piston maze here now. Let's see how this pans out. Acerb has the lead. Is he going to go left or right? He's going to go right. Okay, we've got a long way to go though. Here, there's going to be a lift to lift them up. Dingo 7, Resident Yapper in second and third, but Acerb has the lead right now. He's taking a bit of a jump here, a bit of a run for the final finish, but we're going to see how that pans out as we go through a bit more. Bert is now in the lead. I think Bert and Acerb has taken the lead as well. Bert got lucky with the falling off the map, and Acerb was actually on track right into the center, but Dingo 7's coming back to take third place here. BK from the back of nowhere is coming up with Captain Redlack as well. Acerb is on his way down though. He's gone into the final maze here, and it looks like he might be our winner. We'll see if Acerb is going to win the keycap set or if anyone else can challenge him. Dingo 7 and Bert are coming through. Dingo 7's got a bit of speed on, but is he going to beat Acerb? I don't think so. I think it's going to be Acerb's win here, and Acerb hasn't won yet. He's got to drop through. Acerb does take the win, but only just. Let's see who gets second here. I don't see anyone else coming through. Oh, it looks like Bert's here as well, and Dingo 7. Captain Redlack. Metaverm. No. Yeah, Captain Redlack gets fourth. Who gets fifth? Does Lion Keys get it? Nope, Lion Keys went off. Oh, Lion Keys did get. I thought Lion Keys had gone off the end. Lion Keys, Wile E. Coyote, Mr. Gimp, Cherry Waves Live, Board Gaz, and Chaos round out our top 10. Congratulations. Okay, so Acerb, please message either me or Mod, and we will get your JOG set in the new year. It is going to take us until the new year to ship these gifts out, so I apologize. But ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Acerb, you are our first winner of today. Was not expecting podium. Yeah, hopefully you've not used all your luck, Dingo 7. I mean, we do have a lot more to give. I came in like 20th place or something there, but yeah, congratulations. That is everyone. Acerb, well done. You are our winner today. Let's have a look at the final results. Acerb got first, and then 14 seconds later until Bert came in, so that's a long time difference. Let's call out our top 10. Dingo 7, Captain Redlack, Lion Keys, Wile E. Coyote, Mr. Gimp, Cherry Waves Live, Board Gaz, and Chaos 23. Okay, let's have a look and see who came in 21st. Anguish 1 came in 21st. Jelly Cubes was our first moderator to come in at 28th. Let's see who got 69th, just for fun and giggles. I came 64th. 69th was Duodod. Congratulations, Duodod. You do get 69th. And last person to score some points here today was Holy Monka. Congratulations on that 77th spot. And everyone else, DNFs. There we go. Okay, we'll play some more marbles in a little bit. Let's go back to chat. What a race. Yeah, it was a good race, was that one. It was a good race. That was a big jump. Someone keep me posted. Yeah, you did do a big jump down the map, dude. Such a great announcer. I enjoy doing it, but I wouldn't say I'm a good announcer. If I knew all of the names before now, I could prep a little bit better, but I don't, because it's all random. Who won? Acerb won. Congratulations, Acerb. We are so back. From 4th to 41st in the last 10 seconds. Hey man, it happens. It happens. Did you feel happy for Lando, or did you start believing in Max in the end? I was always worried Max was going to do a comeback, but I'm really happy for Lando. I'm a McLaren fan through and through. I got to go to the McLaren Technology Centre last year, just over a year ago. So yeah, so I'm a McLaren fan through and through. But yeah, congratulations, Acerb. You are our winner. Right, I should probably do the whole PT spiel stuff and get that whole kind of shilling thing out of the way. So first of all, we are open tomorrow. That's the prototypist last day. So if you want to order something and have it shipped before Christmas, it might arrive to you before Christmas if you're in the UK or EU. It might not as well. I can't guarantee it now. Friday was technically our last cutoff day. But if you order anything today, it will ship out for you tomorrow. Or if you've ordered over the weekend, it will ship out for you tomorrow. But let's take a look at the website. Oh, let me hide the game for now. Stocking stuff is still live. There's all sorts of stuff in there. We have dropped a ton of stuff in stock recently as well, including Mizu. Mizu R2 went in stock on Friday. If you want to pick this up, you can do. It's all in stock, ready to ship. It'll ship tomorrow, or if it doesn't ship tomorrow, it will be on the 29th. We'll get that shipped out. In terms of group buys, I just want to call out the Key Cult number 2 TKL is now live, and the configurator is fully working on the website. You can pick whatever base you want, and it will put the base in there, and you can use the configurator to check it out. Have a look at it. I can't see how it's going to work. You can configure your whole board, so that's live. Hot right now. Over the past couple of weeks, this is what's been selling really well. The new cherry petal switches, CYL shaded, CYL beta and JS as well, which we're going to give a set away of in the next Marbles game. Latest stock drops, all this kind of stuff. You can go have a look at it. You can read my story if you're interested in where PT came from, all on the website. It's a whole spiel about everything and where we're going, what the plans are. So yeah, do check out stuff on the website. Shilling done. Oh, Cherry Love ends today, because I need to tell you that. Let's have a look at the live group buys and tell you what ends today, so you can get your orders in if you want them. Jim K Cherry Love ends today. That is 21st of December, so that will close tomorrow. I think Coniferous R2 it finishes just after Christmas, so get your orders in for that if you want it. Yeah, you guys know the deal. I don't need to sell to you guys. You guys, I'd hate doing the whole shilling thing anyway. Shilling done. Right, okay. But yeah, we are open tomorrow, and then we are closed until the 28th. Mel and I will be both back at, is it Monday the 28th or Monday the 29th? 29th. We're closed until the 29th. Mel and I will be both back on the 29th, and then we'll be closed just for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and we'll be back shipping on the 2nd as well. So that week's going to feel like a normal week for shipping from us as well. So yeah.
Incredible.
MTC is brilliant. Yeah, I got a huge tour of the MTC from a friend of mine who works there, and it was just so good fun. Like, I got to meet a lot of cool people who work there and see a ton of cool cars, and like they have like a hallway that's just got like 30 F1 cars in there from the years. It's just so nice. How did Beachy turn out? Was it well matched to the renders? It looks almost identical to the renders Bazooka. It's such a nice set in real life as well. Really nice. Is it okay to order Blot and Splash together? If you do, V-Rugdush, we won't cancel it, because I think you're from Europe. We won't cancel orders when people order across multiple group buys. We prefer if you don't, because it's easier for us to process. If you do, your order will be processed at the end of whatever the latest group buy is. So if we get Blot in first and then Splash comes second, we'll ship all of the Blot orders out when they're done. Yours will still be on hold. Then we'll ship out all of the Splash orders, and then because yours is a special case, yours will then be handled at the end of the Splash run if they are delivered in that order. Just to make it really crystal clear, you will only be processed once all the items are here, after the last group buy has been done, and because it's a harder order to publish, to process, we will do it after all of the other orders. So just bear that in mind. But yes, you can do it. It won't stop you doing it. Would have commissioned you for a build if I found out about you before the other person asked. No worries, dude. You're more than welcome to send builds our way on. Oh no, we do builds, every week, so it's fine. You talk about Lando has me thinking of Star Wars. Just remember, hand shot first. Yeah, not Greedo, right? It's gorgeous. We'll have pics next year when the PCB arrives. Nice. Led Zepp Decimate is so good. Yeah, it's in stock as well. Or it was when we started the stream, but so many people have asked about it that it might not be. Caught my eye in the group buy, but it was working out very expensive with child kits, and then the extension kit that gave you guys was cancelled, so I didn't pick it up. That's fair. That's fair. Enso ends on the 22nd. Yes, it does. Enso E ends at the end of the 22nd, so get your orders in. That's one of the few things I'll have to process while I'm technically on holiday. So yeah. Shame that the extension kit was cancelled. It is, but some of these things happen. Always Mega was there for a conference a few years ago. Nice. Excited for the Oblique? Yeah. We are expecting them to arrive in the new year. Our next container ship arrives in port on the 20th of January. It's at sea right now. And I think we'll probably get it the first week in February, so they should go out really early in February. Any PT discounts happening today? Mochief, if you tell me what you want a discount on what's in stock on the store, I guarantee that whatever you ask for, I will give you a discount. It might not be much, it might only be something like 5%, but I will do whatever anyone wants a discount on store that's in stock. If you want a discount on something and it's in stock right now and you ask me for it, I will make that happen today, but today only. Like, normally I can say no. Today I will not say no, but it might be a really small discount. If it's something I can do a big discount on, I will do, but I won't say no to anyone requesting a discount on anything in stock. Not today, because I'm Santa J today. So yeah, I'm gonna make people's dreams come true. Jay for the Keycall TKL, what's your number 2? What's your go-to configuration? If I was going to buy one, and I'm not because I'm moving house, I don't have the money to buy one, I would probably go for the stainless steel bottom. Yeah. In fact, let me show you. Let me do a config. So I would probably go for the stainless steel base, the mirror stainless steel base, because I think it just looks really cool. I do like stainless steel. I know it's expensive, but I would go for that. For the mid piece, I would probably want to do something a little bit different. So I'd probably go for the dark gold mid piece, which is going to look like black on your screens. And then for the top case, I would probably go wing keyless, and I'm going to say I'd go for the black. So you'd have like black with dark gold mid, and the stainless steel base. That's probably how I would configure mine, I think. Yeah, that's probably how I'd configure mine. Yeah, but you know, I don't think there's any right or wrong answers. Come on, scroll wheel, work. Why is my scroll wheel not working? I also think the copper base looks really good, especially if you do the patina one. Like, that just looks really good with any colorway. So with any color top or anything. So yeah, those are the things I would look at. What is currently your favorite keyboard? I am hard pushed to pick a favorite keyboard because I own so many of them. But right now, I'll just say my Matrix because it's Christmas. It's the Xmas edition, so I'll just pick that, or the Cloudline that I built the other day, or the Nixie project or something like that. I like the look of the dark gold, but I only have one black and silver board in my collection, so I might pick one of those. Fair. I'd like a discount on the Neo 65 CU keyboard kit and the JOG PBT kit. Okay, pick one. Cake throne. Pick one. Pick one. And tell me which you'd like a discount on. I did love the description on the key cut number 2 TKL. That was all novel keys, nothing to do with me. Did you ever show the pile of stuff you're giving away today? No, but I can show you now. We've already given away a set of JOG. I can show you what else we're giving away. We're also going to give away a Swag Keys white on black set because it's really, really good. We're going to give away a set of GMK Beta. We're giving away free desk mats as well. They will be random. You don't get to see the desk mats because it will be whatever we decide. And we're going to give away 2 Monarchy standards because I have 2 of these to give away as well. So these are fully fledged keyboard kits, all still sealed from the manufacturer. So that's what we're going to give away today. And if anyone asks a really good question, you might get a free desk mat off that as well. I think we've given away 3 or 4 desk mats so far as well. So yeah, but that's the giveaway stuff for today. Discount on the Led Zepp mat, desk mat, please. I can't do much on the desk mats, but I will see what I can do for you. I think I can do 5% on the desk mat. So let me set that up. I think I can do 5% on that. Specific products. Okay, and I'm going to set all of these codes to end at midnight as well, so you can use them up until then. Right. Okay. So the Led Zepp desk mat. Is there? That's the code for it. So there you go. You can have 5% off that. Not a big fan of how shiny the stainless steel was. That's fair. That's fair. I say don't like the price after buying the N2E. The N2E is a lot of money. I get that. You want a discount on the Neo 65? Which one? Drop a link in chat, Cake Throne, because it depends on which one as to which what sort of discount we can offer. So yeah. Love the little tattoo on the ring finger. Yeah, thanks. Me and my wife got matching. Like we both lost a lot of weight this year, and our wedding rings no longer fit. So me and my wife designed tattoos for our ring fingers. So we've got crowns. She's got a queen one. I've got a king one. I think after having it done, I think I'm going to have it shaded in because it's a little bit. I just feel like it'd be nicer darker. But my wife designed the outlines and things. So yeah, that's what we went with. But yeah, I think I'm going to have it coloured in the new year. But yeah. I'm looking at both the N2E and the Keycut number 2 TKL. Yeah. Need the beta. We'll see. We'll do another marbles in a minute. Yeah. Class 100 looks really cool too, especially with a copper or brass plate. Yeah, the back bar on the Class 100 is really nice. Any advice to someone trying to become a vendor in store and juggling being a husband and a father? I am not a father, but I am a husband. Metav, I would say my advice for anyone, and I've been a podcast with the Good Keyboard Friends, where I talked about this. My advice for anyone right now who wants to be a vendor in keyboard world would be, if you don't have a safety net of 250,000 euros or dollars, or about 220 grand, that you can afford to lose, don't even try and be a vendor in the market right now. I think that a lot of vendors are going to have to start to club together and create cooperatives to survive in the next coming years. And I think the only way to really be a vendor and make money, if you're not already established right now, is to sell out and sell the products. Like if you want to make like a reasonable income and you want to pay yourself and have an income, is sell products like Ayula, Nufi, you know, that kind of stuff, and then try and compete with Amazon. Whenever Amazon sold out, you'll pick up the sales. That's the kind of thing. I don't want to go down that route, but that if I was trying to make money and I was trying to, you know, do all of that for myself, that's how I would do it right now. Anything else, really difficult right now to make money on. You know, like we sell the Neo products and we make maybe the cost of a coffee per board in gross profit. So we're making somewhere around £4 per board. We sell a whole keyboard kit and we make about £4. It is next to no margin. And you sell 100 of those and you've made 400 quid. Great. So you've got, to pack and ship 100 keyboards is like a day's work. You've made 400 quid for a day, but you've got a warehouse to pay for, you've got staff to pay for, you've got heating, electric, everything else to pay for. It sounds like a lot of money. It's not. And that's your whole month's sale for that one keyboard in one day done. It's like, you know, I think it's really difficult place to be a vendor right now, and the only reason PT does anywhere near as well as we do is because I don't get paid for it. I do this for free. So yeah. As your Santa J today, who would you like to have sit on your lap? Nufi. I would like my niece Gracie to sit on my lap and tell me what she wants for Christmas, because she is I'm never going to have kids, but Gracie is the light of my life, and she has me wrapped around her little finger, and anything she asks for, she doesn't know this yet because she's only 3, but when she's like 10 or 12 and she actually understands this dynamic, she will be able to get whatever she wants out of me, because I love her to bits. And we took her to see like a light show last night in Leeds at a place called Temple News and Park. They do like a Northern Lights type thing, and yeah, she has got me wrapped around her little finger already. So yeah. If you could have a partnership like the one Novel Keys and KC have, which one would you do? There's probably 2 designers who I really respect in the market right now, and that one of those is Clever, because I think everything he touches right now is like gold. The Enso E, the Blue Ridge, they're all smashing it. And the other one, because I love the boards that he does, is Cloudline and Justin from JJW. Those are the 2 that I'd love to do it with, but I don't think it's going to happen. I hopefully will be able to continue selling the products, but I don't think we'll have that kind of relationship where Novel Keys owns part of the brand of KeyCult. But yeah. Icy Prisoner, thank you so much for 6 months of subs, dude. Sorry I missed that. Okay, so the November, I think I can do 5% on that as well. Yeah, I can do 5% on that. So let me add that to the. Let me duplicate that. Let me create that 5%, and we're doing that on that. Sorry, give me a second, and I will get this discount done for you. I'll do it on. I'll do 5%, and this will be for any in-stock Neo or Ergo board from the November drop. So it'll be the Neo 80, the Neo 65 CU, and the Neo Ergo. And the code is going to be Neo Santa. Let me save that. There you go. That's now live for you, Cake Throne. What a lovely idea. What was the idea? Sorry, Harvey. Was that an interesting place to be tattooed? I'm covered in tattoos. Like, I've got them all over. But no, the most, if you mean painful, the most painful place was my inner thigh. So like literally like up here. That's really sore. Like really sore. Like it's sorer than you believe up there. But yeah. It's not just capital for stock; it's capital to keep you going, Grand Passman. Like you sell a product in group buy and you make maybe 10 grand, but then that 10 grand has to then keep your business afloat until you sell your next product, until you deliver that product. So you have to keep going. So cash flow is king. It's not necessarily about stock. It's about being able to continue being in business, and you need capital to be able to do that. Right. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm actually gonna go grab a beer. I'm gonna have one beer while we're streaming, and as soon as I come back, we'll catch up with chat, and then we'll do 2 marbles back to back for a keyboard and a key set separately. So I'll be back in a second. Keep chat going and keep your questions coming in, and I will be back in, I'm gonna say, a minute and a half. I'll put the sign light on for you, but I'll be back in about a minute and a half. Have fun.
Incredible.
Right, I'm back and I have a beer. So, Merry Christmas, folks. Oh, actually, one more thing I didn't tell you guys before, but anyone who does win a prize today, whether it's a desk mat or a key set, you do get a goodie bag. I'm going to give you a goodie bag as well, and these contain a whole raft of things. First off, they include some stem tweezers.
Incredible.
These are tweezers for when you're lubricating a switch. Of all the things, I don't have a switch to hand right now. Let me grab a switch. Switches. So I'll zoom the camera in. So you will get all of these kind of goodies as well. And what these are for when you're lubricating your switch. It holds onto the stem. I'm not going to take this apart, but it holds onto the stem without you having to depress the tweezers, so you can lubricate the rails without having to get the lube all over your fingers. So you get one of those. You'll also get a 2-part 3D printed switch opener. These were designed by E. Bassler a few years ago, and they basically slide together like Lego bricks. You slide them together like that, and then it becomes a switch opener. You get those as well. You get a British Racing Green colour matched PT GMK keycap. This is with our logo on. These are double shot, but it is with the gold legend and the British Racing Green colourway. You will get a MK UK ISO Enter with the Leeds Owlon from the Leeds meetup a couple of years ago. You get a really common Torx screwdriver that's used in most keyboard builds these days. You will get a Prototypist Shiny sticker. You will get a Prototypist Shiny sticker with Ozzy the Octopus on it. You will get the normal sticker as well. You'll get a pink PT keycap, again from GMK with our logo on it. You will get a Jay's Roastery coaster that I made in-house, which are pretty cool. These are really nice felt coasters that I made in-house. And finally, you'll get a keyring that I made. It won't be assembled, you have to assemble it yourself, but it does say on it, if the camera focuses, I was at the Prototypist 6th anniversary. I mean, you may not have been, but you will get the keyring that says you were. Made all those in-house as well. So yeah, so you will get that goodie bag as well. And that'll be included. Might not be green in colour, but you'll get all of those bits included if you do get shipped a prize from any of our desk mats or stuff today. Right, let's catch up with chat. What's the most ridiculous way you've ever injured yourself and afraid of telling people without them judging your life choices? We don't judge here. True Blaze, that deserves a desk mat. That's a great question. You can have a desk mat for that. DM a mod or me and let me know. The stupidest way I've ever injured myself. Okay. I dislocated my ankle about 10 years ago playing golf. I was stood on the tee box. It was winter, and this was at a golf course in Leeds. It's a municipal course. It's called Gotts Park Golf Course. You can Google this if you want. And the first hole is off of a really steep hill. So in the wintertime, you don't tee off of the grass, you tee off of a tee box. And I was there with my brother. And the tee box is the kind of like slope of the hill comes down, the tee box kind of comes out from the slope, and you stand on this and you hit the ball down the hill towards the hole. Fine. I've played this course hundreds of times. It's where I learned to play golf. It's a terrible, terrible course. It's not very well looked after, but this is where we were playing. Teed off, hit the ball straight down the fairway, nice and straight. One of the best tee shots I've hit in a long time. And my little plastic tee flew off in the air and landed about 6 feet in front of the tee box, but on the slope of the hill. So me being me for a penny's worth of plastic, stepped off the tee box onto the slope of the hill. And my left leg was up underneath my chin on this side, and my ankle kind of twisted and dislocated. And my brother, being the guy that he is, made me finish 2 holes, which took us back around towards the car park. Sorry, 3 holes that took us back down to the car park. Made me play the rest of the first hole on a leg that I could barely stand on. Play the second hole, play the third hole, which led us back to the path to the car park. So there was all the way down the hill, along a flat bit, and then all the way up the hill again. So yeah, that was the stupidest way. But yeah, you can have a desk mat for that one. Being a vendor is definitely not easy, especially in such a niche market. Yeah, it's really hard. You have like 3 returns, warranty cases, and all the profit of 300 boards is gone. BK, so many people don't get that, right? Like if you make £5 per keyboard and the keyboards sell for 100 quid each, you know, you've got to sell 20 keyboards to replace the one that you had to do. It is so difficult. It is so difficult. But yeah, that's something that people don't see a lot of the time. God help anyone I sit on the lap of. My ass is bony AF. Will cut you to pieces. Nice. That's adorable. Thanks, Wolfie. I appreciate it. Do you know what does dink mean? Like a little dink, a mark on something? The only other third word that I can think of that comes close to that would be donk, which is an Australian word for someone who will beat you up. A donk. That's someone who will beat you up. Any news on the JO3? Not yet. New year. I'll give you some news on that. Figured a bony finger would be horrid. Nah, it was fine.
Incredible.
Have a nice poo, Jay. I didn't have a poo, super hands, but you know I'm not embarrassed about having to use a toilet. That's fine. Racehorse territory, nice. Chair stream, yeah. Minute and a half. Orari bit stop. It was too short. SPC is currently struggling. I'm sorry. I did not change my hat. No. How is Coniferous doing? Not as well as I'd hoped, Mochief. It's probably one of the best green key sets ever designed, and it's not doing great. But yeah. I found one of those screwdrivers the other day and couldn't think where it came from. It came from me. It was actually one of the things we got from Protozoa. When we absorbed Protozoa stock, we got about 5,000 of them, so I just started giving them away because it's pointless as having them all. Can I get a discount on that PT Racing green key cap joke? No, but if you want one, you can win a desk mat by asking a really good question, and you'll get one in the goodie bag. Jace Coastery. Oh, nice, yeah. On the coast, yeah. Coaster makes a nice key mat for the ISO GR. Do you know, I found my ISO GR. I forgot I'd got this. This was when I used to do Top Clack ratings. This was the first keyboard to get a 10 out of 10 rating, and I say keyboard loosely because it's not. But this is the one that I have. I have the old. It's actually really dusty. But yeah, Simon, if you see this, still repping. Ooh, that doesn't sound great. I have no idea if it still works. Do you have a laser? Yeah, we have a laser. It's 1.8 meters by 1.2 meter industrial 120 watt laser. So we can cut plastics, acrylics. We cut POM plates in house. I actually have a load of orders to cut in the new year when we start back up again. But yeah, so we have a laser, and I do all of the laser making stuff. Like, I enjoy making things, so I've made everything from. I have like a lot of packs of playing cards on here. They're underneath this clock, and I laser cut some cases with the Prototypist logo on to keep decks of playing cards in. So yeah. KTO, hello there, first time chatter, and I got to be in your stream because I found Alex Otis last week. Nice, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. What's for your football team? Who do you root for? Don't follow the football. Don't really root for anyone. Aren't you supposed to twist your hips around and not your ankle? Yes. I mean, I didn't dislocate my ankle during the actual stroke of playing golf. I dislocated my ankle by stepping off of the tee box for a piece of plastic that I didn't actually need. When you decided to get into your hobbies, did you have the money for it, or was it a slope of earning and learning? For when I first got into classic cars, which is probably my biggest hobby outside of keyboards, I had no money for them. Like, I've been collecting cars for over 20 years now. 2002 would be when I started collecting cars. Although I didn't have my license at that point. So yeah, so when I bought my Datsun 240Z, for example, I had no money. After I'd imported it, I couldn't start the restoration on it for nearly 18 months because I had no money. And then before I started PT, I was really lucky to have a very well-paying career, which I gave up to do PT. And that did afford me a lot of luxuries in life. And it's the savings from that job that I've been living off the past 6 years. So yeah. Jay, what motivates you and helps you keep going when you're feeling stuck? That's a great question, because I think that's different for everyone. You can have a desk map for that, Jehovah. Just drop me a DM. So, what helps me keep going? There's a positive side to this and a negative side to this. So the first thing that keeps me going is the fear of failure. I don't want to be scared of fail. Like, I am scared of failing constantly. I think everyone is. And I think there's two types of failure. There's failure in the small senses, like a prototype doesn't work the way you wanted it to, fail fast, learn fast. That's great. I can cope with that every day of the week. What keeps me going as a business is the fear of failing on the broader sense of the scale. Being a failure to my friends, to my family, to my wife, to have people look at me as they say, what the fuck is he doing? How on earth has he messed that up so badly? That's the kind of fear that drives me. But that's the negative side. The positive side is that I like seeing what people create from the things that I create. So if I create a keyboard, or I create a product, and then people go and use that in the most unexpected ways, it really keeps me going. Like seeing the SPC become what it has become, like the Twitch subs channel become what it has become. That's something that I created on a whim, on a random, Thursday afternoon or whatever it was, just because I had the power to create a channel that was only for subs. And whilst I was a creator, I wasn't in control of how that grew and how it became what it became. But it is a group of the most lovely people that I have ever been able to call friends in my life. I have met some people in there that I would say are friends for life and have become more than just keyboard hobby friends. They have become real IRL, let's hang out and do stuff friends. And I love, that's what, keeps me going. Double income, no kids. Got you. Okay, yeah, I did know that, yeah. Without naming names, name the worst customer you have ever experienced at PT and what did they do? I'm not going to name any names. And worst customer is kind of like a really weird badge, because we have customers who are really good customers but then hold us to account in the right ways, and that's good. We've had, I think what you're really asking is what's the most difficult customer experience you've had. And we've had a few. I think the worst customer experience we've had is someone who made a series of orders from us over 4 years. They were a really regular customer, and then all of a sudden we had chargebacks for every single order they'd ever made, and they had made like triple figure number of orders. They did a chargeback for every single order they had ever placed on the store, and we lost every single one, even though we'd shipped and delivered the products years before, because they claimed everything wasn't the quality we'd sold it as. And this person never replied to any of our messages or responses. It's currently with our legal team to see if we can take it back further to like the small claims court, because like this is something that they refuse to even engage in with us sending the products back even. And it's, you know, because it was stuffed over 4 years, I don't even know how the banks agreed to do some of the chargebacks they did. But that's probably the most difficult customer experience we've had. Double income, no kids with a dog. That's me and my wife. A dinkwad is me and my wife, yeah. Taking the plunge, order placed. Nice, man. Congratulations. It's a really nice set, but green isn't my colour. That's fair, man. That's fair. I get green's not for everyone, but it's great for me. Any possibility of your restock for Alt-GR for Evil Dolch? Unfortunately not, no. The Alt-GR keys, we've only got what we've got, I'm afraid. The Adept, yeah. If you won earlier on with the question, everyone gets a goodie bag, yeah. Yeah. Top Clack was a long time ago, Harvey, yeah. How did you get into this hobby? What's the story behind it, and when did you start? So if you want to read about how I got into it to some extent, you can go on the website, and on the homepage, if you scroll down far enough, you will find Jay's story, which is there's me in Barcelona with a friend, Blackbrook if he's watching. And there's kind of like a whole kind of write-up on there with a bit more information. So feel free to take a read through that if you want. But ultimately, I used to work in program management. I was pretty senior at what I did. I was very good at delivering large multinational programs of work for financial institutions, and I was really good at what I did. I don't mean that to sound big-headed. Please don't take it away. I just know. Sometimes you know you're good at something. I was good at that. And it started out when I wanted a nice tool to do my job with in around 2012, something like that. And I kind of found this weird little hobby where people were making stuff in Korea, and kind of was interested in it. I ended up with a CM Storm, but I wanted a nice tool to do my job with. At this point, it was a lot of Confluence, a lot of emails, a lot of PowerPoint presentations I was having to write, and I wanted a nice tool to do my job with. And so I bought a CM Storm, and then a Poker 3, and an An Pro, and got in on some keycap set group buys and some early switches. This was kind of around the time that Gateron, the Cherry patent on Cherry MX switches had lapsed, and Gateron were trying to start to create some switches and things, which was really interesting and good. And I kind of fell into it from there. And then after a few years, I thought I could design my own thing here. So I worked with a guy who I haven't spoken to since he kind of fell out of the hobby, called Teslatron, who helped me design the original JO1, and we produced 17 of them. And we sold 15 of them to just really close friends and family, and that did really well. And then a little bit later on, I wanted to kind of expand that and set up a company to do it, and that's where PT started. Prototyper started in 2019. Originally it was going to start in 2018, or in the early start of 2019, and I'd kind of got like a meeting planned in America with a lot of people who were doing the same sort of thing. Canon Keys at the time, and a few other vendors, Novel Keys and things were there as well. OmniType had been going a little bit at this point, and we kind of all met up in Seattle in 2019 to go to the meetup and to talk about this kind of stuff. So they all kind of knew I was setting myself up in business at this point. But PT was actually delayed. It was supposed to start either late 2018 or early 2019. Unfortunately, my mum passed away, and that kind of delayed it all until late 2019. But that was kind of like where it came from. Did you ever finish the POG opening? Yes, I did. We got the whole collection in the end. If you want to see that on another stream, I will share it. Are there any lessons you had to learn the hard way? Many lessons. The easiest way to learn a lesson is to fail at doing something, and that teaches the lesson on why you failed. The challenge is actually learning from it. Most people will hit the failure and then they don't learn from it. But yeah, I've failed at a lot of things and learned the hard way. Night Soren, thanks for being here. I got my knackers caught in a plastic chair once, someone had to be cut out by laughing from with some snips. Nice. I once, when I was 16, woke up. So the night before, I'd been a little bit drunk, and I had been bunny hopping over concrete bollards, and I happened to catch myself. And the next morning, I woke up with something called testicular torsion. Google that at your own risk. I forgot to congratulate you. 2 points Max really put on the charge last season, part of the stream. Jay, I love your streams. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate that, dude. What was your former profession, Jay, if you don't mind me asking? I worked in senior program management. So yeah. Has becoming a vendor taken enjoyment out of keyboards for you? Sometimes on some days it does, like when things are going really badly and I'll have to handle stuff I don't want to do. Yes, it can sap the joy from it. On the whole, no, because I like to stream and I like to share stuff, and I like it excites me to get out special keyboards for certain things. So yeah. So sometimes it has oily, sometimes it hasn't. That's the ultimate answer to that one. If you could resurrect a discontinued food item, what would it be? I was literally talking about this with my wife yesterday. It would be the dark chocolate bounties. So in the UK, we have a chocolate bar called a Bounty. It's desiccated coconut covered in chocolate, and it comes in 2 little bars in one big wrapper. And they used to do a milk chocolate version and a dark chocolate version. They discontinued the dark chocolate version a couple of years ago, and I lamented in the car to my wife, literally either yesterday or the day before, I think it was Saturday, that I hadn't seen one in ages, and I kept checking petrol stations for them, and she googled it while she was sat next to me in the car. She said, oh, they were discontinued a couple of years ago, you can't find them anymore. So yeah, it would be a dark chocolate Bounty. That's what I would do. Jay, I know you have a broad Datsun collection. If you could choose any car at the minute, what one would you choose? The only car I really want in my collection that I don't have is a Kenmira Skyline. So yeah. The cost of that. Wait, what? That's absolutely gross that they did that to you. Wait, what? What did I say that was gross? Like a backstab? I can't remember what I said to cause you to say that. The Alien TV series has some really cool keyboards. Are there any TV shows or films you'd like to design, build a keyboard to be used in? Yeah, I'd love to work on anything that relates to space stuff. So I think like stuff like The Expanse. I mean, like Star Wars and Star Trek have their own keyboards, and people have done stuff for those in the past. Like Brian Nobauer did some of the stuff for Star Trek, the recent series. I'd love to do something for like something like The Expanse or something that's up and coming like that. Yeah, something like that. I'd love to. If you could make a limited edition keyboard with anyone, who would your dream collaborator be? Probably right at this moment, I'd love to do it with Justin from JJW. I think his designs just really speak to me. Or Clever from Clever Keeps. Both of those are top tier in my opinion right now. Did your previous job help you when you started a keyboard business, or was it mostly learning by doing? Yeah, project management is something that we rely on every single day in what we do. Basically, we are a logistics company that just happens to deal in keyboards. The way we are set up, the end product doesn't really matter. Like, we could transition to another product relatively easily if we had the website for it. Like, the product isn't really the process is really what we do. The keyboards, it just happens to be in keyboards. So yeah, absolutely it did. When you list keyboards on the website, who chooses the boards and curates the styles? Is it more of a personal choice? So I choose all the products. Sharon creates a lot of the product pages, but there's no product that runs on the site that I haven't agreed to run. Often Sharon is our project manager, so people will approach Sharon to have products run, and sometimes she will let them know yes or no, but it's always my decision as to what we run. The Adepts, see you later, Ben. Enjoy building your Haven 65. Oh, the chargeback story. Is that what you guys were saying was awful? Gotcha. Yeah. I feel like a saint for sending an email to Jay to requesting a cancel EPBC Dreamscape. I don't remember you doing that, dude, but if you did, cool. I messaged Jay out of office hours and felt bad about it, which I should, but geez, chargeback. Like, email out of office hours is fine. Like, that's fine because I'll pick it up in office hours. That's okay. Listening to the Top Clag podcast with you and Brian alongside some good friends in the community, some of the fondest memories I have in the hobby. It was always so cozy and wholesome. Thanks, man. Harvey, I miss Top Clag. Maybe we should bring it back, or have Brian on here at some point. Banks here would laugh at me if I made a request like that. Yeah. Jay, do you have any words, terms you use as an alternative to an insult that people wouldn't know about unless you told them? I personally like the word no, but I don't. But I like the idea of having like a secret word. There's a word that gets used a lot in the workshop sometimes for various things, and it's the C word, and Mel and I both use it profusely. Only around each other, really, but yeah. I joined the stream just so you talk about testicular torsion. Yeah. Are you monoboling? No. So what had happened is they'd kind of got... I don't know why I'm telling you this, but they'd kind of got twisted and they were just pulling against each other a little bit. And I couldn't like untangled myself. Like I could barely move, to be honest with you, at the time. But after a local anesthetic, a very, very nice nurse basically just massaged them to be correct in the orientation. And when the local anesthetic wore off, I couldn't feel like there was no pain anymore. It was very, very simple, very, very quick to do. And she did it all by feel, and yeah, she fixed me straight up. Yeah. I would resurrect the fuse bar. Fuse, I've not heard of a fuse for a long time. We have Bounty in continental Europe as well. You ain't that special in the UK. No, but we have a lot of viewers from America, and they don't have bounties over there. They have it. They think it's called something else over there. So yeah. Apologize for laughing. That's all right, Rue. You can laugh at me. That's fine. Which keyboard would you want to unbox for the first time again? Why? Black Toxin. That's a really good question. DM me on Discord, and we'll send you a desk mat for that question. Which keyboard do I wish I could unbox again? What keyboard do I wish I could unbox again? I've had some really good unboxing experiences, and this one's probably not going to be one you guys have heard of, but there was a board called the Aanzee, Aanzee, designed by Cable Car Designs back in, I think, 2018, 2019, something like that. In fact, it was before PT, so I think it must have been 2018. And Cable Car Designs Max had he had procured these really big boxes. He'd put and we didn't know that it was coming with all this. Like, he had foam custom cut to have a desk mat in there and the keyboard and stuff like that. And at this point, even carry cases weren't a thing. And I don't know what the volume for the boards was. I have no idea. I can't remember anymore. But that unboxing experience with a few people was really, really nice. The second one was actually, I was in a pub in London, and I was with Max from Cable Car Designs and Yankar of Yankar Designs, a PCB designer, and Toby, who is a mutual friend of all of ours. And this would have been back in 2018. And Yankar had just finished doing the design for his, I can't remember the name of it, stripped out 60%, where you had to put the diodes in yourself and everything else. Not the Plaid, it was the, not the Argyle, it was something like, it was named after a material. I can't remember what it was called now. Oh, someone in chat will remember. Anyway, Yankar designed this, and I recorded a video on my phone. I did a bit of a voiceover of us all unboxing it in this pub. We were all slightly drunk. It was after work one night, and it was just, it was such a good night. And I'd love to go back and live that again. So yeah, like a Caramac, but that got discontinued. Yeah, there's the Caramilk from Dairy Milk, which is good. The Expanse mostly had floaty hologram dial UIs, nothing mechanical really. Yeah, but something like that type of show.
Incredible.
Yeah. If you could be in a movie, which one would it be? I'd love to be in the Star Wars universe and see what it was like. If there's something you would have done differently when starting Prototypes, what would it be? Not done it. Not started it. No, I would suggest I would have... I think the biggest thing I would have done is we've had 2 workshops. We're in the second one now. And I rented a much smaller workshop first. I would have probably, if I knew what I know now, I would go back in time and I would have rented the bigger workshop we're in now when I rented the smaller one, because it would have been significantly cheaper to do it, and I wouldn't be paying as much as I'm paying now. So that's what I would do. Little Top Clack reunion would be good. Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah, Top Clack crew meet with the good keyboard friends sometime. Yeah, maybe we could do that. Yeah, Cock Crumble is good. I'd like that. Yeah. GMK testicular torsion one. Yeah. How does one get to... It's when the testicles get wrapped around each other. It was really painful. You don't want it. What do you think is a tool or build practice that isn't quite being used in the keyboard space that you think should be more widely adopted? I think build logs are something that people should do, Dingo7. Back in the day, before streaming was a thing, people used to write big build logs. And there's 2 reasons why people should do it, in my view. One is it's a great piece of content to read when you're doing whatever you're doing, and just having a read through of someone's content. The second is because you're documenting how you built your keyboard. So if you then want to go back in 2 years' time, you can go back through your build guide and you, that's how I undo this, and that's how I undo that, and that's how I can reverse engineer to get to where I need to be. So I think build guides would be it. Mr. Gibb, I'm not going to read that, but that sounds horrific. The rear weight on the ends, it looks incredible. It was a great keyboard, yeah. I still have it somewhere, but I don't know where. Gingham, that's the one, Joe. Yes, it was the Gingham. Superhands, what is your fondest memory in life where you had the most freedom and least responsibility? Mine was waking up on a bed in a calm sunny morning after I bought a house and before girlfriend and kids. So what's my happy place is what you're really asking, Superhands. Good question. Desmat, you know what to do. I have two. The first memory I have where I knew what I wanted in life was I just finished restoring my first car, the Datsun 240Z, and painted bright orange. The car had been finished and roadworthy about a week, and I'd not really given it a decent shakedown drive. And my wife told me she needed to go to the farm shop. And this was the middle of summer, so I was like, great, let's take the Datsun. So we went to the farm shop, which is up in the countryside near where we live. It's about half an hour away. And we got there and did the shopping and whatever else. We bought the stuff we needed from the farm shop. We took the dog with us. And I was driving back from the farm shop, and my wife was sat next to me in the car. The sun was shining. The roads were clear. We were on wiggly, windy roads. The car was driving amazingly. The dog was asleep on the parcel shelf, happy as Larry could be in the car. She loved that car. She still loves the car. She jumped straight in that car. She doesn't in the others. But it's because she can sleep on the back where it gets warm. And we were driving in the sunshine. It was the middle of summer. This would have been 2016, I think, maybe 2015. And I remember looking over at my wife and just thinking, this is it. This is where life is good. And I knew in that moment I was going to ask her to marry me. And I did, and she said yes, luckily. She still hates that car. That was the first time she ever went in it, and she's only been in it like 5 times since. She hates the car, even though it's the only reason we got married. But yeah, like that moment will forever be etched in my mind as one of my favorite moments. There is another one, but it's probably not stream safe, so yeah. I can't get out of my head how I will sleep tonight. Wait, what? Is there any keyboard that you maybe stashed in your storage or maybe saw on an old stream of yours that wanted to rebuild again and make it better? Loads. There's loads I want to rebuild. What's the one car you want to experience for the first time again? I drove all my Datsuns when they were good and bad because old cars need a lot of tuning. Probably the Subaru Legacy, the GT Spec B. Like the first time I drove that, I fell in love with that car and I still miss it to this day. Build logs, yeah. Now they're relying on streamers. Yeah, and streaming is great, but I would do it. Build logs are great. If you could and were so inclined to open another branch of PT in another country, which one would it be? I don't think there's the market there for us to open in another country, but if I was going to do it, it'd probably be the US. We do drop test keyboards. I know that this is probably... You know the cases that keyboards come in, like the carry cases? We have to test that those will protect keyboards from drops and spills. And we have a mezzanine here, which is about 25 feet high. And there have been days when Mel and I have been in the workshop and we have had keyboards inside these carry cases and we have hurled them at the concrete floor from up on the mezzanine, so from maybe 30 feet up at arm's length, and throwing them as hard down as we can to make sure that the cases protect the keyboards. So we absolutely do drop tests. That happens here. Not very often, but it does happen. So yeah. Remind me to ask Jay about his not safe for work happy memory when I see him next. Yeah. What should go to alcoholic beverage? I like a good whiskey. I can't have a whiskey and drive though. I can have a small beer and drive. So yeah. So yeah. Would you rather shave off your head, or your beard, or your head? I've shaved off my beard a couple of times. Shaving off my beard's no great shakes. I've done it a few times over the years, so I'd probably shave off my beard. I do have a full head of hair though. A lot of people think I'm bald, but I'm really not. Like, I just wear a hat a lot. But yeah. Like, because I have a hat on almost every stream, people usually think I'm bald. But yeah, I don't mind shaving my beard off. My wife hates it, but I'll do it. Can't believe you didn't pick PT Italy. Like, if we were going to do the EU, would I pick Italy? I maybe would pick Italy, but if I did, Maybe. I don't know. Like, Alvin, there's nothing wrong with this. Please don't get me wrong. But like, if I was going to pick Italy, I'd want it to be countryside, wine valley kind of region. I wouldn't want to be in any of the cities. Yeah, that's where I'd pick something like that if I was going to pick it. Keyboard shot, something like that. A drop test. Do you use a fail QC board in the case? No, we use the real things, like the real things. Whatever, like, it won't be a production one, but it'll be like a perfectly functioning prototype. Absolutely, we do it. Yeah. Sure, you don't use a good quality, but yeah, we've got to. Like, we've got to use the thing that we're going to sell, right? We have to. Lagavulin would be my all-time favorite whiskey, Captain Mal, or a Lacbrudik, a Bruichladdich, sorry, I don't know why I said it wrong. A Bruichladdich would be my second choice, but I like a lot of whiskies, but definitely Scotch. I've never driven a car over one, Demotex, but we do throw them on the floor. We do it to make sure that the cases actually work as we expect them to. So yeah. Which one was the first artisan that made you a resinaholic? The Kipora when it first came out in 2016. Kefine, I have no coffee left, but yeah. If I could grow a beard as magnificent as Jay's, I'd never shave again. Unless I have the beard skills of a preteen, but I have to shave my head every week. It's getting grey though, look. The darkness away from the camera hides it. Like, when I get back here, it looks like there's no grey in it, but it's getting pretty grey. It looks great from this distance. It's not so great closer. Jay, I went back and watched your weekday stream. The bit where you were talking about how your day was going and the floor pile collapsed was brilliant timing. Yeah. What was the first GMK group buying you joined personally, and what was the first one you vended as PT? The first one I joined personally was... well, the first group I joined was SA Calm Depths back in 2013. The first GMK one, I think, was either GMK Royal Alpha or GMK Triumph Adler. I can't remember which came first, but I think it was Triumph Adler, and the Triumph Adler Blue was not mixed correctly, so there was swirl marks in the resin. That was the first one I joined. That was through Drop, and that would have been, or Mass Drop as it was back then, and I think that was 2016 or maybe 2015. The first one we vended, I think it was GMK Bleached. In fact, I can probably tell you the answer to that one. If I set our products to be the oldest first, the first GMK set, the first key set was Cat Drifter. First GMK set. Oh no, the first one was GMK Black Lotus. GMK Black Lotus and GMK Bleach launched on the same day. Those were the first two we did. So really early 2020. Yeah. Because we started in November 2019. So yeah. Yeah. Beerinate, yeah. Hawkstone, I think you're drinking is a fabulous beer. Yeah, I like them, yeah. We have done pop-up shop showmans. We did a pop-up shop in Leeds back in 2020, just before Mel started working for the shop, and we sold nothing. The market might be different. We had a pop-up shop in Leeds Westgate Market, and it was one of the first things we did, and I don't think we even advertised it on the Discord because it was more about passing trade and see how that would do. And it cost us £1,000 to have the market stall for the day, or like the booth in the market, and I think we sold nothing, and we had to write it off as a loss. So yeah. How many hats do you have in your collection? I have hundreds of hats. People send me caps sometimes. What was the first group I ever joined for any product? My first one, I was the only order via PT in the UK. Fair enough, yeah, we've had some group buys that haven't been particularly popular. My first group buy was SA Calm Depths in 2013, I think. Yeah, 2012. Yeah, let's do some more marbles. Yeah, good point, Cake Throne. Let's do some more marbles. Let's do a marbles race. Right. Let's do another community map. You guys keep asking some really good questions. So we're going to do First Chosen Avenue. So again, I am new to the hobby. I see most builds are made with GMK keycaps. Aren't there other manufacturers on their level or better? Better, probably not. They're probably still the most premium, but there are many other keycap manufacturers. Keykobo, Signature Plastics, JC, XMI, Cap, the new Cap stuff from Kiwi. There's all sorts of stuff out there. Did the pop-up shop at least get more customers? No, I think we had like 4 people drop in and no sales. So yeah. Jay, with all the different layouts making a resurgence this year, what would you say is a form factor you'd like to see return? What about the wackiest layout? There was that Wolf board a couple of years ago. We reviewed it on Top Clack and it had some really weird layouts. What was it called? T-Wolf or Trigger Wolf or something like that. And it had like a really weird layout on the right hand side. It had macro keys, but they were 2U vertical macro keys for like the numpad plus and enter. I'd love to see that come back. Okay, as soon as there's 100 people in the race, we will start it. There's 91 right now. This one is going to be for Swag Keys White and Black. So this is what you're racing for now. Swag Keys White and Black. Acerb won the first one. In fact, I should make a note of that. Hold on. Let me make a note. I'm pretty sure Acerb will message me, but cool. Right, I now have a note going. Okay, so we've got 97. 3 more people needed to join before we can hit start. So guys, get in to play. It's a free giveaway. We'll pay for shipping. We'll pay for the product. We'll ship it anywhere in the world. You might just need to pay import duties wherever you are. Oh, Demon Text, is that the link to it? I'll have a look. The Timberwolf. Yes, the Timberwolf. That was the board I was thinking of. Yeah. Right. Okay. I think we've got 100 people now. Yeah, I'm going to hit start. And then we're going to do the race. And this looks like a pretty fun track. I have no idea where we're going to go here. But you've got 5 seconds left to join. 3, 2, 1, and away we go. And let's see how we go. We've got the first little rainbow road here as we come down to the speed boost. Marrow Mouse is there and a few other people as well. Skimson might have an early lead. Wily Coyote was dropping down, but Skimson does take the lead and is in the race, a lead at this point. Jishi is at the back and so is Dingo 7, but Skimson's got a little bit of a lead on everyone else. So we're going to come around this corkscrew and then up to that. I think we're going to fly up to the top then there. So let's see how that goes. Wow, everyone's going fast. Skimson, Silly Mellow might overtake them here in the second corkscrew though. Let's see who comes out of it. It looks like Skimson is still in the lead, but IMRL is there, and Lord G is there too. I can't even make out any names. Storm Blessed as well. Everyone filling down. Resident Yapper is at the back. Let's see where people are going now. Yes, we are going up to the top and at the back here. So IMRL is probably just about in the lead right now, with Chaos 23 right behind. Toasty is just behind, and so is Skimson. People dropping into the top. Tactile Engineer is up there. Daniel Isodastrom is there as well. Some people still at the bottom like Hammer Brother and Elkino Flop, but IML and Chaos 23 and Toasty Baps and Skimson and Lord G are running out of top 5 as we come down the hill here. I'm going to go around into a little bit of a split section and then up onto a long old drop. So let's see who makes it round first. I think everyone is just about through now. Almost all are just through. There's the last few people down there. No one's died yet, which is good. Lord G now has a huge lead. How did that happen? And Skimson and Golden Ratio have died, but Lord G all of a sudden flying up to the top. KCE is down as well. No Salad, No Sauce is there in the middle. Toasty Baps is coming up probably in second place. I think those people at the bottom are still behind Gekazoo and Chuck Death as well. But Lord G is now on to the third section on his own. He's the only person down there, and he's going to fly right over to the far side over here. I think this is where we're going to come to next. Chuck Death is up there with Daniel. I think we're going to come up here next. Let's see how that pans out as Lord G gets caught up by Toasty Baps and a few others. It looks like Sheebs has now taken over. Yeah, it looks like Sheep has now got the lead coming through, and yeah, Sheep is well in the lead. Hits the pogo pins, and it looks like the Banana Pile might be coming through as well. Yep, Banana Pile, Cake Throne, and Captain Reader there with Lord G and Ball Boy, but the Sheep is in the lead. A long way to go though now as we come through the final section. Let's try and catch a good angle to see this. Captain Reed is in second place, and Banana Pile's taken second away from him though now. Let's see how this pans out in the last little section. Still some people down here. Resident Yapper, loads of people stuck in the bottom there, just not making any way. 03D is down. Banana Pile is coming through as well. Godzilla Model's there too. Captain Reed is in third place now. Lord G is there as well, so is D Woodfork. Sheebs looks to have the lead though, all the way down this staircase, unless someone can come along and take them out. Looks like we're going to get Sheeb winning the Swag Keys White and Black set. Unless they miss this, or unless they take a while to get through this lens. Nope, it looks like Sheeb. Sheeb, you are the winner. I'm going to put you down on my notes list, but please reach out to us on Discord. Sheeb002, you win the Swag Keys white on black set. Congratulations. Is Boost actually think? No, there's no such thing as Boost. It doesn't work. Please replace Danica Patrick. I wish I could. I wish I could. You message Jelly. Nice, thank you, ASAP. Yeah. Mizu R2 gets delivered on Monday. Can't wait. Yeah, it's in stock as well, dude. It's in stock. Not even in the race. Hey, nice, nice. Did I get a DNF again? I don't know. We'll see the results in a second. People just dropping in. Let's, where's the flames? Where's the flames of death? Oh, there we go. Right, so Sheeb, Godzilla Waddle, Lord G, Banana Pile, Bert, Captain Reed, Cake Throne, Ball Boy, D Woodfork, and Chaos 23 round out our top 10. Let's have a look who got 69th, because it's always funny. Oh, we don't have a 69th because only 46 people finished. Less than half of the entries finished the race. Wow. All of the losers. Such is the way. Such is the way. Okay, we'll do another race in a couple of minutes because we've still got a couple of giveaways left to do. Oops, wrong one. Turn that off and turn that off. There we go. This was a fun way to do a giveaway. I like to do marbles because it's random and it's fun. So yeah. 12th, not too bad. 10th again. Sold out, unfortunately. What's sold out? What do we think is sold out? Do we need to check do we need to do a stock take? If you mean Mizu, all the losers, yeah. Sorry, is this alright? Sorry, is this alright? Mizu is Mizu in stock. Hold on, I can show you. If you go onto our website, prototypist.net, and you look under stocking stuffers, which is here right at the top of the page, or if you go in stock and then keycaps, you'll see that Mizu is in stock right now. Mizu R2, it got delivered last week. We shipped out the group buy orders and it's now in stock ready to buy. The only thing that's not available is novelties. Everything else are still in stock and available. So you can pick those up. I'll try not to do any more shilling. I'm not very good at it. Marbles is pure cinema. Marbles is great. Marbles is really good fun. Right, okay. So, I do have something to unbox and show you, actually. I can show you the new Vela, which we're going to be building on stream soon. This is a bit of a sneak peek.
Incredible.
Because I'm not even sure I'm supposed to be showing you this yet. But this is going to be in stock in January. We're waiting for these to arrive right now. Yeah, this is the prototype. And this is a new board that's going to be in stock, ready to ship really soon. I think we might do a slight pre-order early January for the units that are going to arrive. But you might like this, guys. This is going to be Hall Effect, and look how cool this is. Look at the carbon fiber. This is carbon fiber inlays, front and rear inlays for the wing keyless. I think there's wing key versions as well, and it's got this really cool carbon fiber plate for the bottom. But this is the Vela by Eggleston, and this is a performance edition. Yeah, this is matching cap sets. Yeah. Yeah, if you order today, anything that's in stock today will be shipped tomorrow. And then tomorrow is our last working day, and then we're closed from the 22nd until the 29th. So yeah, if you order tomorrow, it will ship straight away. Yeah, this looks really, really good. As I say, I'll be building this on stream as soon as we're back from our break. So I think, in fact, actually, I might be able to build this next week on stream, or very soon after. I think, 4th of January. 4th of January I can build this. I will be streaming on the 28th, but I have something else to do then. So we will build this on the 4th of January, 2 weeks today. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be cheaper than you'd think, but I can't tell you any more details just yet because pricing hasn't been set. But it's not going to be particularly expensive. But it's a really, really cool design. It does come with plate and PCB, of course. And you will notice that this is a Hall Effect PCB, because this is a Hall Effect board. And it's a really cool feature of the being the Venom board of the Dodds board being attached there, which is really nice. So this is what we're going to be building it with. This is what it's going to ship with. It's going to have the Venom PCB installed as standard. And then carbon fiber. And then here we have the aluminium plate that we're going to be building with. Wait, which way around are we going? Yeah, this way. Yeah. Super nice. And as I say, I'm really excited to share this with you guys, because it's going to be a cool build. So watch out for that on the 4th, which will be when we're building it, 4th of Jan. All this back as well. Yeah, and of course we've got all of the villains. This is done by Agliston and KBD Fans together, and of course we're just a UK vendor, but we're being heavily involved in the background with cables and feet and screws and all of those kind of good things in there as well, which we'll take a look at when we actually get around to building the board itself. But I do love a bit of carbon fibre. Not particularly expensive, waiting for the listing to be 300 plus. No, I think it'll be cheaper than like the Oblique and stuff like that. Any EC keeps sometime in 2026. We've always got EC keeps coming. You can buy the Enso E in group buy right now, which is EC. But there's always more EC stuff coming. Why will this not close? Maybe I shouldn't put those in there. Let's just close it open. Yeah, Yamanuchi, there's always EC stuff coming. Dynacap is in stock. You can pick up Dynacap stuff off our website, although I think a lot of it's sold out. And we've got more Dynacap stuff coming soon as well. Right, let's do another marbles game, because we seem to be enjoying the marbles. And this time we're going to be playing for the GMK beta set. Beta, whatever you want to call it, that's what we're going to be playing for this time. Let's do another community map. I'm just going to pick one at random. We're going to do Delightfully Loopy Fun. And all you need to do is !play to put you in the chat. There you go, guys. You are getting in there now. And as soon as we've got 100 people in, we will do the race. The ad break ends in 29 seconds, so I'm going to at least wait until after that's finished, so people aren't watching the ads. And this time it's a GMK set on the line. Third time the charm, maybe. The stakes are high, but I will win. Time for another yeah. Okay, as soon as we've got 100 people in, we'll do the race. $12 more people needed. Come on, guys. There's like how many people watching right now? 173. Okay, there's plenty of people to get 100 people in on this. Four more people needed. Tell your friends, get people in here. I want to make sure that we're giving stuff away today. Two more people. Oh no, what disconnected? Something disconnected from the PC. Was that my? Oh, it was my my keyboard. The cable is playing up lately. Okay, we're back. I can type again. Okay, we're 102 people. I'm going to hit start. You've got 10 seconds to join. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Straight away, we're going to go into the sorting pool. This is like the sorting hat in Harry Potter, but it's a pool instead. Let's see who comes out on top. Wile E. Coyote is in the lead right now, but that's all going to change with Silly Mellow coming up behind them. Lazy Keiko is right at the very back, but that could be very different in a few minutes' time when we get to the end. Let's drop down and see who comes out first, but I think it could be Silly Mellow or Frankie1001 that's in the lead right now. It's very difficult to tell. Who's going to come through first? It's Tactile Engineer and Weron with Frankie 101 in third. Savage Goose is just behind with Dior there as well. People running at the back are Lazy Keiko and Waffle Toast and Jelly Masters there too. But Tactile Engineer does have a bit of a lead, and Savage Goose and Dior come storming past, and so does Silly Mellow and Funky Cabernet. I can't pronounce that. But yeah, lots of people. People dying now. Rorschach is off the map. Gemma's off the map. True Blaze is off the map. Newfie's off the map. Toasty Baps now has the lead as they storm through. Dio Bag is still in second. Funky Bor and Cast is in third, I think. Just about. People got some speed up though as they're coming into that section. But Toasty Baps has a really big lead. Still a long way to go though, and lots could stop them. No Salad, No Sauce looks like they're running in 10th place with Zora in second right now. Looks like right at the very back we've got Piney and V Rugdush though running out the back of the map. Toasty Baps is still in the lead, but only just. He got stuck there on the links, on the pop-up little golf tees that gave me a dislocated ankle a few years ago. Alvy's there, maybe just in 10th place or so. Duodod and Average Joe are coming through. Storesless is there as well. Dio Bag is coming around fast as well, but it looks like Zizora might take the lead. Oh, no, Funky is taking the lead. Dio Bag is now in second. It's all changed right as we get down towards the last parts of the map, but it could change again as we go into a little maze. Conan right round the outside. The Trailer Park Girl himself with Oil Hater as well. KCE is there as well. So is Demotex as well. Our resident moderator might be in with a shout of winning here as we go right into the last sections here. So we will see how that pans out in a second. But V-Rugdush is right at the very back there. Right at the very back. Okay, Conan still has the lead, but OL Hater is coming through. KCE is there too as well. So is Demotex and Dior Bag. Zizora, Dynamics coming through. Golden Ratio. Looks like Conan has the lead though. Is almost there. Not too much further to go, and Conan might take the lead, might take the win. Is he going to hit the pot, or is he going to miss it? Conan, congratulations, you do win the GSA beta set today. So please drop a message to myself or one of the mods on Discord, and I will add you to my list right now. Don't forget, all the prizes will ship in the new year now. They're not going to ship before Christmas, unfortunately. We will get them shipped out in the new year. Conan, Funky Borean Cass, All Hater, KCE, Demotex, Dynamics, Diobag, Exists, Zizora, and Mikagi. Congratulations, you round out our top 10 today. See how the Flames are doing. Gakuza, Skimson, Conan Keebs, Yamanoji, all running out the back of the pack here, look. Congratulations, guys. Wow, what a race that was. Okay, let's have a look at the final results. Conan, we talked about the top 10. Let's see who's just outside that. Cake Throne came in 11th. Let's see who's 69th, because it's always fun to do that. 69th was Duodod. Congratulations, dude. And the last part, oh, Lightning Keyboards is here. Hey, Diego, hope you're doing well, dude. The last person to score here was Skimson and Conan Keebs, and then everyone else, the DNFs. The DNFs. Right, let's I've only got 2 more prizes to give away, so we may as well just do these straight away. The last 2 prizes are 2 Monarchy standards. I think one of these is Lilac with silent red switches, and the other one is pink with silent reds. So 2 Monarchy standards, and we're going to give those away next. We'll do 2 races for them. Let's do the first one as a community race again. Again, I'm going to just pick at random, and we're going to do Glowing Blacklight Yeet. Nice that East Diego is in the stream. I'm glad you're both here. Right, okay, exclamation mark play to get yourselves in the race. At least I didn't die. Duodod like 69th. Second 69th finish. Is it? Nice, nice. Do a batshit absolute disaster race. We have done some of those before. Maybe we'll do the next one as like the biggest failure rate to finish. As soon as we've got 100 people in, we're going to hit go. And we're going to do these last 2 giveaways, and then we're going to end the stream there, I think. So get yourselves in. As soon as there's 100 people in, I'm going to hit start. 92. Come on, guys. You want to play. You want to get the free keyboard. I know you do. 96. Waiting for a few more people. Just need 4 more people to join and play, and then we can run the race. 3 more people to join and run the race. Come on, guys. There's 175 of you watching right now. You know, only need 100 of you to get you over the limit. That's it. We're at 100. Gonna hit start. If you were too slow, you were too slow. Okay, let's have a look at it. Oh gosh, this map's going to be difficult to follow. Let's see how well we can do on this one. Go! We're off to a really slow start. No one's moving. Maybe Godzilla Waddle's in the lead? Maybe? This is really hard to tell. And we're just going through the lights. But the lasers might kill people. No one's dead yet. Everyone's made it through. No one's died from the lasers. I don't really know who's in the lead. Maybe Godzilla Waddle. Maybe Daniel. It's hard to tell. Coming down the staircase now might be a little bit easier to tell when we get to the bottom. Daniel is in the lead on one side and Slim's in the lead on the other side. Ballboy's there too. Right at the back is me. I'm stuck. I am on my own right at the very back. Oh my god. Slim definitely has the lead. Matt Black is down. Chaos 23 has the lead on this side. So it's Slim and Chaos 23 in a race of their own right now. Everyone else is locked behind them. So these two are on their own and racing right down. It could be either of these two for the win as they go into this giant vat of despair. No one else has made it through yet, but everyone else is really quickly coming. Chaos 23 is through. Loads of people are making their way through straight away. Exists is now in second place with TQ there as well. Frankie 1001 and everyone has now got stuck. Let's see what's happening up at the top. Okay, split into left and right. Frankie 1001 and Cake Throne are the two leaders, framed in second place on the left hand side. Jelly Master's coming through, our resident mod there in maybe 10th. Demotex is right at the very back, and I'm right at the top of the map still, didn't even make it off the top there. Looks like, who's in the lead? I can't really tell who's in the lead right now. Let's see who makes it down to these. Frankie 1001 and Framed are definitely in the lead on the bottom of the map. Cake Throne is in the lead on the top. Harvey maybe just overtaking them with Name Lock as well. Chuck Death has now come through on the bottom side. Still a long way to go. Those drop down into this big pool over here. There's a cannon to shoot you guys at the target. Don't know who's going to make it there first, but we'll see. There's probably going to be a lot of deaths here. Savage Goose and Chuck Death and Mikagi all fighting on this side, and on the far side we've got Harvey, Wily Coyote and Kaza. Let's see how this pans out though as we get closer to the cannonballs. Oh no, I say you drop into here first. I don't know where you go after this. I don't know what's happening. I'm not sure what people are doing or where people are going from here. Oh, there's another cannonball. There's another cannonball. So I should have just dropped onto the map. We're going to get fired at the target. Let's take a good look at the target and see who gets close to this. It looks like Cake Throne might be the winner here if they hit the target. If they miss it, they won't be. Let's see. Cake Throne hits the target. It's in. Cake Throne takes the win with Wily Coyote and Framed. Black Toxin, Golden Ratio, KCE, TQ, Skimson, Crimson, and Stilvo round out our top 10. And I'm dead somewhere at the back of the map. Everyone's making this. Well done. Cool. Okay, so the winner there was Cake Throne. I'm going to make you a note. You get the Lilac standard. That was Cake Throne. Please reach out to a moderator and they will take your details down so we can get your prize out to you in the new year. So congratulations, dude. Well done. I prefer to look at DNF as did not feel like finishing or decided not to finish. Nice, dude. I can appreciate that. Lots of people now dying. As we end up, Super Hands might just be the last person to make it in. He does. Congratulations. Let's have a look at the final results then. Cake Throne was first. We talked about the top 10. Just outside, Godzilla Waddle came 11th, just missing the top 10. Last person to score any points, or 69th. 69th was Gekuza. Congratulations. And the last person to score points was Super Hands. Everyone else was just a failure and didn't make it through. But congratulations either way. Right, last race of the night. This is going to be for the pink standard. And we're going to choose something with a high failure rate off of the community map. So I'm gonna sort by elimination, and we're going to go with some long path because it's got the highest elimination rate. So if no one finishes the map, we won't redo. We will go with whoever gets first in the results, okay? Whoever gets first in the results. That's what we're going to go with. Whoever it tells us gets first, that's who's going to win. You're all a little bit too early. We can't do exclamation mark play just yet. Now you can do it. Now you can do it. Exclamation mark play. And I'm just going to blow my nose really quickly while you guys join the race. I will be back in 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds, guys. And we'll hit start as soon as there's 100 or I'm there. Okay, do we have 100 people in? We do. We have 101. First to die wins. No. First person to complete it, or whoever gets the furthest on the map. You got 10 seconds to join, guys, if you want to be in on this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Let's see who's going to make it through the sorting chamber first. It looks like Saberclass is in first with Exists there as well, and Captain Reed might be just in the lead too. Oh no, it's Captain Mal, sorry, not Captain Reed. Too many captains in the race today. Ayer is there as well, so is Weron. All facing their way through. Let's see what's going to happen here. Ayer's in the lead, but only just. Stereo GR's just there. Crimson's there as well. I'm in the middle of the pack. Savage Goose is there too. Jenga is at the back though. But it looks like Ayer is going to take the lead here. I'm not sure what the failure rate is, but it did say the elimination rate was 99%, so we're going to have to see how people get eliminated. Oh, is it because the sides of this? You could fall off the sides? Yeah, okay. So, let's see how we go through the spiral section. Crimson and Jellymaster are there, and Imushki's not too far behind as well. All flying round in circles. Gonna get dizzy going down here. I'm very, very worried for this. I think the staircase is going to kill a lot of people at the bottom. Ayer is still in the lead, but with a 99% elimination rate, I can't imagine many people are going to finish this. Statistics tell us we'll have 1.03 people finish this race. So let's see if you're that lucky one. Ayer is just about coming around the final bend here onto the straight, and I think these steps are going to bounce people off. We'll see how it goes. I think they're going to start to get some air and start to bounce off at different intervals. Let's go down to the bottom and see. Crimson's there as well. I think it's going to be right at the bottom. People are just going to get bounced off, and it looks like the speed boost. Oh, people are already down. Jellymaster's down. Aman's down. Everyone's down. Everyone's just dying. Everyone's just dead. Dead. Everyone's just completely and utterly dead. Oh my god, everyone's died. It looks like Angry Swan is the only person to make it around the corner so far. Everyone's died. Nitram's made it around the corner as well. It's just carnage out there. They're all dying at an alarming rate. Looks like we've got 5 people left in. We've got Harvey, Boardgad, Duodod, Nitram, and Angry Swan, and it's still all to play for. Boardgaz is out. There's 4 people left in this. It looks like Angry Swan's... Nitram's down. Angry Swan's down. Can anyone make it further than Angry Swan did? Duodod's down. Harvey, are you going to be the last man standing, Harvey, just by the fact that you've actually got stuck and you can't die? Is Harvey going to win by default because he can't die? I think that's what's going to happen here. It looks like unless Harvey dies, Harvey is going to be the de facto winner by saving himself, by trapping himself in the vent here. I did say we weren't going to redo this. There'll be no redos. Harvey is going to win by default because everyone else is dead and he's the only person alive even though he's not moving. What a strategy. What a way to take the win. What a way for everyone to die. Oh man, that's so funny. We have to see, we have to let the timer play out because he could fall off the map at any given time. Like, I have seen it where people have been stuck and then all of a sudden fallen off. So we have to see. But it looks like Harvey's going to get the win as the only person left alive when the timer counts down. Wow. No one got to the end though. No one got to the end, but Harvey, congratulations. Harvey wins by doing absolutely fucking nothing. Yeah, we need a VAR. Technically you won't finish. No, but he's the last one going. So, yeah. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. 200 IQ move. Yeah. Huff and puff quickly. Oh dear, this is so fun. We just have to wait now. We have to wait for the race to finish. But Harvey is the only one left alive, so I think Harvey wins this no matter what happens now because he's remained alive way longer than anybody else. So yeah, even if it doesn't say Harvey at the top, I'm gonna overwrite that and Harvey is gonna be the winner. So Harvey, drop me a message. We will get your prize to you. It will be the pink standard. Oh, Harvey B. That's your username. There we go. Cool. I don't know how long this is going to count because it's not actually decided to start ending the race here, so we may just have an interminably long wait. Either message me or a moderator, Harvey. Yeah, one of the two. Moderators will just pass me on all of your details. I won't reply to you until after I'm back from my vacation. So yeah. The firewall won't trigger because no one reached the end. Gotcha. Okay, we'll let it run to 5 minutes then. It's 4 minutes 50 seconds, and then we will end it. I don't know how we end it actually. Can we? Is some sort of control I have that can end it? I think we're just gonna have to go to the main menu. Yeah. Well, everyone died apart from Harvey. So congratulations, Harvey. You are our winner, and you get the prize. Congratulations. Cool. Low commanders nothing wins. Absolutely the way to go sometimes. We waited 5 minutes. It was long enough. It was long enough. We could have checked up on Harvey every couple of hours by leaving the stream. I don't think the PC would have lasted that long. Oh, that was so fun. Right, okay. It is time for us to end the stream now. Thank you so much for letting me play Santa J and giving so many things away. I think I have a few DMs from people for free desk mats and goodie bags and all sorts of stuff, and the keyboards and key sets we've given away. Genuinely, I want to thank you guys for helping me make PT what it is to be today, being customers, watching me on stream,
incredible,
following us on Discord and Instagram and all those things that you do. Just want to say thank you so much to everyone. You have made PT be what it is, and we wouldn't be here without you guys as customers to support us. So thank you so much for that. I hope you all have a fantastic, wonderful, amazing Christmas. If you celebrate it, or whatever holiday you celebrate this time of year, or whatever you're doing this time of year, I hope it's fantastic and amazing, and I hope you have a really, really good time. I will be back streaming on the 28th, so you'll be able to see me then. We are open tomorrow. If you order something in stock tonight, it will ship tomorrow, but other than that, we will be shipping stuff on the 29th, but I'll be streaming back on the 28th. I'll see you guys on Instagram, Discord, and all of the social media platforms over the Christmas period. I might not be as active as I normally am, but I will be around. If you do need anything or any other thing, just drop an email or a Discord DM or whatever you need. But thank you so much for watching. Have a really, really great end to the year, and I will see you guys again soon. And thank you again for all the support. It genuinely means the world to me that you guys watch every week and support us and everything else. So yeah, have a really good one, guys. Have a drink for me if you drink. If you don't, have a coffee for me or something else, and just really enjoy yourselves and spoil yourselves as well. Be good to yourselves. Take care, guys.